Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for round 7 of Super Rugby, and it is going to be a very exciting fixture. The South Island Derby, Highlanders taking on Crusaders at OrangeTheory Stadium. But this game, we're actually only a few minutes away. I have got a guest. As you can see, my chair is empty at the moment, but he will be here very soon. Some of you guys will know exactly who it is, but he is a Crusaders supporter through and through, and we'll be excited to see how they go throughout this fixture. But first of all, we will look through at the starting lineup of the Crusaders. Joe Moody, Cody Taylor, Fletcher Norwest, the front row. Scott Barrett, still the captain and still slotting in as number 4. And then Quinton Strange alongside him at number 5. Ethan Blackadder, Tom Christie, and Cullen Grace will be the loose forward trio. They did very well last week, and hopefully they will be able to repeat that here today. Mitch Drummond and number 9, Richie Moonga, number 10. And then David Arveli, Lester Whaiananuku as the 12-13. George Bridge, Sever Reese, and Will Jordan are going to be the back 3. And also we have got there, and the chat, bro says Max, and also it is George. And there says Ollie and also Georgie. And there says Paddy. And has to be George says, no, Mum, yeah, it's about the only friend that I got. No, we got a couple more. Though they will not be joining us for this one, sadly. And can't wait to see George the crazy monkey. And there says Ollie. But yeah, he will be here hopefully in the next couple of minutes because the game is only 2 minutes away or so from kicking off. Oh, I heard the door again. I think he just asked what's the score. So that means George is here, ladies and gentlemen. So he will be just around the corner. Just around the corner, I mean in the kitchen. At this stage, I went, it's Crusaders fan, it's George. As Arnai says, Ellie, welcome into the live stream. G'day, George. We're going to leave the door open because it's hot in here, isn't it?
Has he got the fire on?
Yeah, it's a warm day.
I'm ready for school.
Oh, yeah. We'll go and take a seat, mate. Game's about 2 minutes away from kicking off.
Oh, good time.
Hurry up, George, says Isaac as well.
Oh, tell Isaac he's too short.
Uh-oh. And then also, this is the table as it sits currently. Scott Barrett leading out the side. The Crusaders, you love them.
Oh, they're just one of the best teams on the planet at the moment, aren't they?
Yes. You're good. And what we'll do is once you're all sat down, we'll rotate that light a little bit. That is next to you.
Right there.
Yeah. If you just
The old Xbox is in the way that you still not have gotten rid of.
yeah, there you go. Oh, a little bit of weirdness up in your corner, isn't there? I think you have to read. So can I?
I'm excited for another Crusaders win.
Oh, famous last words. It's April Fool's Day. You're just joking, aren't you?
No.
There we go. That's
no.
better. No? And also, we're going to watch the match. If you are in New Zealand, you can watch it on Sky, or if you're in Australia, Stan Sport. UK, I believe it is on Sansa.tv, I think is the website.
Yes.
And also, we've got the Hello George after Rugby George should squirt Hamish with the hose.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
How about, no, that's
I might
not
water torture him. It might be quite a lot of fun.
We'll film it.
He'll die easily.
And also, Hamish, how are you, mates? He's tracking down. I'm doing very well. Excited for this one.
You didn't tell me it was the Crusaders Highlanders game.
I thought
It's
you
a
knew.
big game.
Yeah, I thought you knew.
This is like huge. Like the Highlanders are absolute real not good this season, but they will probably beat the Crusaders because that's usually how they go.
At OrangeTheory Stadium.
Oh, no, scrap that idea, actually. I think they might get smashed.
And also, we have got I just realised I'm not a member anymore, so I don't have emojis, says Isaac.
Since you've not been paying your membership, Isaac. I'm not a member either. I've never looked at the investment straight up and said, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. This is what you want to tell people who have invested in their membership. And James Fletcher's being replaced. Who's he being replaced with? I see Brent Evans, I think, is out there at the moment. And also, hey, George, please show George my message. I said to you, see what he says, please. Will at halftime, he'll probably tell you you shouldn't do what you're going to do.
What's he going to do?
He's got woman troubles. He's got about 5 on the go.
What a lad. Keep doing what you're doing.
See, that's why I didn't want to tell him. And also, we've got there.
Keep going.
How do you all get a George in there?
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
I'm good. Yeah.
Win predictor, 6% for the Highlanders.
See, I kind of want the Highlanders to win now because they're the underdog.
Okay, everyone remember George likes the Crusaders.
I like the Crusaders, but you kind of want them to win, not the Crusaders, the Highlanders, because they're the underdog.
We're ready to go for this match. OrangeTheory Stadium. We are underway for this game. The South Island Derby, taken nicely by my Sisi Dawai. Wee woo. Hopefully no wee woo injuries today. Or the 2 players. Or the more than 2.
I had an energy drink before I came here.
I can almost tell.
I could run across a roof on a skateboard.
Video idea. It's gone high from Aaron Smith. Well, that was almost wrapping arm around his head.
Have a cheeky little plug at
by
time.
Is that not James Lynch's?
No idea.
I think that is James Lynch's at number 7, is it? Maybe he hasn't been replaced as of yet. Or is that? Oh, no, that's a younger guy, I think. Now going for the 50-22 here for the Crusaders. Bounces up nicely.
He's going to go for the 50-22. No?
Oh, he's a cameraman almost. Yeah. It's a good kick downfield from Mitch Hunt. Now, remember the last time these two sides played Super Rugby Aotearoa, they had suspensions because everyone loved a few beverages.
Oh, yeah, and the Highlanders. Wait, what happened? The Highlanders
dominated.
Had that massive. Yeah, I remember that. And then the Crusaders went on to, what was it, win Super Rugby Aotearoa. And I would actually go as far as saying that the Highlanders put the shits up them, and then everyone else had a really hard time of trying to handle them. So if the Highlanders lose badly here, another team has got a high chance of beating the Crusaders because they're not going to learn if they keep winning. So, yeah.
It also, alrighty then, let's go Crusaders. I put £100 on you, or £1,000 on you.
Getting going, isn't you?
And also, Ma'u is replacing Jermaine Ainsley. Okay, so they've had a couple late changes for the Highlanders there. And also, go Highlanders, says Mint. And how's it, Hamish? I hope you are doing well. I just want to know when the Blues vs Crusaders match will take place. I hope for an upset Landers by 5, says Andre. I know it's not taking place before 2 weeks' time, at least, at this stage. Number 7 is Sean Withy in there as well. And although he's going to score the first try, I would say, oh, you got that ghost coming after you.
Yeah.
He's trying to touch you a bit. How do we get rid of him?
Push the light back. It's worse now.
Wait for it. No.
Are you trying to attack it?
Let's scare it away. He's just lurking, isn't he? That did it.
You're caught, mate.
Sorry, Mark. It's a bit low,
choked out soon. They're having a scrum.
There you go. 50 metres out. David Arvili trying to break his way through 40 metres now. And the Crusaders building up phase after phase. Cullen Grace had a great game last week, didn't he?
I can't remember.
You were here last week.
I know, but I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think he did.
It's Sever Reese playing. He is at number 14.
He got smashed, that guy, just then.
I think that might have been Cullen Grace once again. He's been busy throughout the early stages. Tom Christie now to find his way through. He's wrestled down to the ground by Josh Honick. Currently Crusader phase after phase here. 3 minutes in. I feel like this game hopefully feels like it goes for like 10 years. That's because I love watching these two sides play.
Really? I'd get bored.
Aaron Smith, little kick behind from Fatuli Pie, looking for some space, but it does sit up quite nicely there. Oh, yeah. Richie, put your foot away from the sideline. He's just gone out. And also, thank you, can't wait. Blues are my New Zealand team. Love them in there. And also, Hamish, what's your weight and George's weight?
Hamish is heavier than me.
I am. I'm all legs. And I got a gut that doesn't quit.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't quite see it.
Yeah.
It's quite round.
It's just there.
I actually double as Santa.
Yeah.
During the Christmas period because I'm also going grey.
But you don't like little kids though, so you got Satch.
It's an interesting statement.
He told me one day, I said I don't like kids. I was like, that's a shame.
I mean, that's a lie. I held the door for that child at the fish and chip shop. And you told him, go.
He wouldn't move.
He didn't know door.
He needs to have a basic understanding if he's going to open the door.
Recognising by Richie Morgan, it's going to be the mark now.
Like this little kid was standing there, and I held the door open, or you held the door open for him, and I had my bags full of hot chips. And this kid just sat there and tried to figure out the algorithm to how to solve world's poverty while he just stood there in the door.
Yes.
I was like, move!
At the age of 2, I will mention. Maybe even younger. He'll
learn the hard way when he gets smacked in the face by a door. God.
Well, Jordan kicks it down the middle. Taken nicely by Sam Gilbert, waiting for that one, kicking it in behind now. Sounds straight into the hands of Lester Nuku at 13 for this game. And who's captaining the Highlanders? I believe it is Aaron Smith for this matchup. And also, we have got the thanks, David. It's a real struggle, George. Do you want one chick? I can send them your way.
Yeah, send them our way. Send them
also,
our way.
David has said, I'll have one. In there. And also, thanks, David. Oh, no, I read that one. And also, player to watch from both sides. I would say for the Highlanders, it's got to be Mitch Hunt because he stood up in that last game at this ground when they got the win. And he's going to need, actually, Aaron Smith as well.
Why was Aaron Smith at first 5 there?
He's just chilling out, I guess.
Who is the Highlanders' first 5?
First 5 is Mitch Hunt.
Oh, yeah. He left the Crusaders to
He
go
did.
join this team. And
Same with Fatuli Paya, number 13. There you go. Billy Harmony's injured at the moment. Little kick in my eye from Mitch Hunt. That was not good. Now it's going back for the initial penalty, though, to the Highlanders.
Wow. Well done.
Well done. A little bit of quick start in action between the sides here.
Getting going.
6 minutes in and no one yet to get points, but I'd assume they'd take 3 easy here. Yeah.
Nah.
Although they always say you can't beat the Crusaders with 3-pointers.
No, that's right. You can't beat New Zealand teams with 3-pointers.
But you might
run with the ball.
He's been a bit 50-50 for a start,
4
hasn't he?
girls are now gone. What are you doing, Aiden?
Yeah. Finds himself stuck in bad situations. And about 3 of them were taken. So, yeah, not ideal.
Childberry.
And also, Billy Harmon is not far from his return. That's good news because he was a tackler machine last time we saw him inside of it. And also, we have got there Ryan Hamish. Will we make Bangladesh versus South Africa test match? We did do the first session yesterday, although I don't believe we got any today, just because of editing. Good evening, lads. Hope you're well. And there as well, says Sebastian.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm feeling great.
You had an energy drink?
Yeah. And now I'm on the moon.
There you go. And also, will we see a hat-trick in this match? No. I think 2 tries for someone. Andrew Makaleo, bulldoze. He's over.
Bulldoze.
And he scores this try. Andrew Makaleo.
Scott Barrett's fault.
The big guy, he puts up the M.
Yeah.
It stands for Makaleo.
Oh, does it? I thought it said from Big M.
Big M like the tractor or the harvester, yeah. Oh, yeah. For me, one for George, one for David, one for, and last one can be Hamish's in there as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's cheating for sure.
I mean, if you haven't been on the X Factor yet, I think that was your audition tape.
Tony Brown's ecstatic.
Yeah.
He's going to lose his shit soon with the Crusaders score again.
Oh, okay. 200th try of the season. That means they're giving $100,000 for the Tonga Relief Fund.
It's not enough.
I mean,
it's a lot more money than that.
Yeah, well,
country is not great.
It's still early on in the season. I like the optimism, though.
Tonya, but they have some weather issues with tsunamis and stuff.
And also, nice one landed to draw first blood in there and great fight back in the second ODI by Pakistan. Baba and Imam Al Haq scoring centuries and chased at 348, leaving it now 1-1. And also, George for X Factor, yes.
Ellie, do you think my karaoke would be as good as yours? Hamish said yours is pretty good. I think I'm pretty good.
You're pretty decent, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yep, spaghetti fatigue, didn't you?
Yeah, I like spaghetti.
Yeah.
It's on me.
Yes. Still lurking, isn't it?
Yeah.
A chance. He's got that one over. You got to be careful saying
the bars all light up.
Yeah, they got the LEDs as well, didn't they?
Wow.
Your head's a little bit wonky. You want to come this way a little bit? Here we go. We don't want to have you off the screen, do we?
No.
Sorry, I keep on tingling you cord. Now kicked off by the Crusaders, but 7-0 now in favour of the Highlanders here. And how many tries will be scored in the first half? I would say 3.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say 2.
Okay.
1. Actually, 1. I don't know.
So this one or one more?
I don't know. 1 more, maybe.
Yeah. Aaron Smith now inside of his 22, kicks it up. For the box kick once again, looking towards the touch line. Not quite taken cleanly by Will Jordan. Loose ball. Scott Gregory kicks it forward. Little knock on from the Crusaders, and now the scrum feed for the Highlanders.
Yeah. It's all there for it, isn't it?
It is. Bouncing around, and your success on the X Factor depends on how traumatizing your childhood was.
Pretty bad.
Was it?
You guys ever had to cut one bale at a time?
Farm boy struggles, eh?
What about that time when I accidentally choked another child out and his mum turned up and beat me up? At that
he was also a child at this stage. You didn't just go to a local primary school and have a go.
Yeah, no, that's she turned up, got the belt out, started whipping little kids. It's like, damn, well, we can get going.
Yeah. Interesting scenario, wasn't it?
So traumatizing. What's that?
What's what? That?
Is that a dildo?
No, it's a little stick of Vicks. Sinus.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, neither. We're currently now scrum going up, and we're going to have another reset. And also, who's going to score the next try?
Sevu Reece.
Okay. I'll go Leicester fine.
I
Not
don't
good.
actually think he will, because is he on this field?
Yeah, he's out on the right wing for this one.
Okay.
Traumatizing childhood. That's awkward. And
It was really bad, or what?
I called him Samasoni, I realised. I think you were slightly sitting on the little adapter, weren't you? Tell you what, you want to...
I'll hold that.
Although, just don't unplug things, because that one's quite loose.
Why can't I unplug it? Do you want to have a voice?
No, I mean, I'll still have a voice. I just won't hear what there's whiffy out there. Oh, that moved. That moved from one ear to the other. 11 minutes in at the moment. Highlanders, they've got a good early lead here.
Scrums are boring.
Definitely when you have about 4 resets in a row.
I feel like it should just go to a tap and go.
Okay, penalty to the Crusaders.
Let's go.
That's the thing. I think we were talking about it one of the other days as well. It's like in one of those games for Super Rugby AU, we had about 15 minutes of scrum resets.
I know if you're an ex-forward, you love the science behind the scrum, but if you're someone like me who is a back, I'm just like, just do a tap and go after the first reset.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to grow the game doing this.
Like for me, it's if there's more than one reset, just give someone a free kick and get on with it.
Yeah.
Like, because when you have 3 or 4 in a row, they're like, oh, we're going to go up again because you guys aren't stable. It's like, mate, you're professionals. Just tap it and get on with it.
Just get on with the job, you turds.
Oh, now nice rolling more here for the Crusaders, only sitting 15 metres out from the line now. So they continue to build and build and build. The Highlanders defending it almost decently, but they've given away the advantage. Now going down on the front row, I believe that is Cody Taylor now around the side. Be tackled by Shannon Frizzell. Still going to be available for them. Ethan Blackadder, he's trying to drive forward, but he is tackled by Makali too. And also Withy, now Monga, backline movement. Goes out to David Arvili, stepping sideways, little chip in. Chase waits for it to sit up. He takes it nicely as well. That was an unorthodox way of going. Now recycled ball, Big Fletcher, no bounces. And he scores the try as well. Was it Fletcher? Yeah, it was. Fletcher, no.
Well done,
he gets
guys.
It done. And also you've got their hopes the Highlanders in there. Says Stolen also Cody Taylor to score a try, says Ed. And Sam Gilbert to score a try. Oh, they're going upstairs here. You know what? You are the
corruption.
TMO.
No. It's corruption. Oh, go away, Aaron, you little shit. Go away.
He's the captain. He's allowed to.
No, he can piss off.
Have a bit of a chat.
Richie's like, oh, well, cool. Oh, it's this stupid little kid. Do they have advantage?
Maybe. Oh, is that a knock? You'd have to argue that's close.
I don't know what's a knock on and what's not.
I think it's because it's touched with his hand.
I always thought a knock on was when you drop it and it rolls forwards along the ground.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he got it over the line, but was it there?
Okay, it's just not clear, so I'm happy, is what the TMO has said, so we will go with that. And that first try, tell you what, front rowers are having a field day, aren't they?
Yeah.
We'll go like that. And like that as well. What's his name? Fletcher? No.
Yeah.
Know much about him?
Nothing about the guys around you.
What? There we all go like that.
So they obviously said it wasn't a knock.
Great camera work here.
Look at that. I really like that. That was an experience.
The ground, but it did go over from Richie Monga. So now the score 7-all between the two sides now. And also we've got that. Let's go, boys, says Izzy. In it there as well, but currently 7-all after 13 minutes. Oh, this one I'm guessing George is there only for one game. Maybe.
How many are tonight?
2.
What one's after this?
Fiji and Drua versus the Waratahs. Michael Hooper's return.
Yeah, I could watch some of it. Maybe. Yeah.
You're revving the engine.
Yeah. George, you're a little shit. Oh, I'm unique.
He's a Highlanders supporter, you see. So, yeah.
That's a shame. God bless you.
Carolina Marina Makali too. Running his way sideways. Nice link up with Sam Gilbert. Now plenty of pace. He's decided to go for the chip and chase. Nothing happening there from Richie Moore. And Will Jordan, though, has been able to cover it. Just has to run it into touch.
My dad, Will Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Quite young. When did he have it when he was 3?
Just back in the day. Yeah. He actually just adopted me last weekend.
It's nice of him.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the great Michael Hooper. The big dude?
Yeah.
That big dude?
Yeah.
That is Daniel Leonard Brown.
He looked like Stephen Luatua when he was running.
Not quite.
Remember him? Stephen Latour? Where did he go? He went to
Bristol
England.
Bears.
God, he was one of those guys that was the big thing, wasn't he? I wonder how he's getting on.
He's all right. Bristol struggled a little bit.
I haven't heard anything from him. You'd think he'd sort of go on to do great things, but
yeah. And also, who will lead at halftime? I'd say Crusaders sneak it, even though the Highlanders are looking in a very good position to be able to go on and possibly score a try now. I think they'll still fight back a little bit more.
I don't think, yeah.
Little knock on there from Cullen Grace. And the line out almost stolen. Just not quite, but now it will be a 5-metre scrum here for the Highlanders.
Yeah.
And George Brother, how's things going, mate? Looking good. And there's us, Johnny Blaze.
Cheers, Johnny.
Oh, Johnny, you've changed back to your Marco profile picture.
I don't see you as much anymore, Johnny. What's going on?
You don't watch live streams?
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair enough. Why do they have a digger in the grandstand over there? What?
No, but it's a nice one.
It's all right. It's a cat, though. George, you have a missus. Nah. Too cool for ladies.
Said every lonely guy you know. I'm the same, mate. It's okay. We get boy.
Me and Hamish are in a relationship.
No, that's a lie.
That's a lie. Ooh.
5 meters out now. Andrew Makaleo did a little bit, and the old Marco avatar. The nostalgia has struck me. It's been a while since I've seen Marco Vanapola since he got banned from a Northern Hemisphere comment section. Yeah.
Oh, why is that? What happened?
I think they got triggered by him.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Gary Ford, yeah.
What YouTuber?
No, I don't think it was the YouTuber itself. It was just the comment section now going back. Sam Gilbert sitting there 5 meters out. Aaron Smith. Oh, hands on him. Advantage offside against Will Jordan. So that's the last thing they wanted to do right now. Big carry forward here. Josh Honick. Is it going to be a front rower again? Perhaps who does end up scoring it. Now, Mitch Hunt, I doubt it. What's that? That's going to be going too far. Yeah, Masisi Dawai not happy. I don't think that was the best option there.
No.
Had the numbers on the outside.
Yeah, I think they shouldn't do that.
And also,
isn't Will Smith an All Black supporter, and him and Samuel Stakes the player? I hope he's not an AB supporter because it's just pathetic.
And also, what and do you think the Highlanders haven't won? What and why do you think the Highlanders haven't won a game? What exactly they're struggling from? I think they've just had a rough start.
They had these little glitches. They had a season like this years ago where they went on to lose every single game. And I remember that. And now they're sort of,
I think it's the games that they had at the very start. The Chiefs, then the Crusaders. Yeah. They are two very hard games to start you off.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that adaptation of you've lost Josh Ioane, you've lost Ash Dixon.
Yeah.
You're also missing Theo Tompkinson in the back line, no Jonah Nariki. Also, who is going to be one of their key, I guess, playmakers in the season. Pari Parkinson at Highlanders line-out time also missing. So I think it's missing a few keys that they would have liked to have, and it's just that kind of working out what to do without those guys. At least the local boys on the drill team will get a real test against Michael Hooper now that he's back for the task, although he is coming off the bench. But later on, it'll be interesting to see exactly how it goes. Now, big run forward from Masisi Dawai, who slotted in quite nicely at left wing.
Done a good job there, hasn't he?
Smith going back across to Shannon. Brazil drops the head tackle by Blackadder and Taylor. Couple All Blacks, or in fact, 3 All Blacks all coming together there.
Really?
Yep.
George, my friend, who is you? Well, that's a good question, Brandon. I've got to figure out who I am. In life.
It's deep.
Scott
Gregory scores a try. Goes straight through the gap.
Just shush for a second.
That is the try for the Highlanders, and the bench have all come off to see them as well. Ethan de Groot, I see in the background. Scott Gregory blows a kiss for his teammate.
She's hot.
Or it might have been at the crowd, perhaps. And Billy Harmon. And there's, another player out. And I thought the old avatar was unique to Marco Vanapola Bear.
Yeah.
And there's Sama Souza. He just went straight through Scott Gregory. It just opened up, parted like the Red Sea.
What? What do you mean by that? What's up with the Red Sea?
Parts.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, no.
It does not. What do you mean it parts?
Parts like the Red
No,
Sea.
it doesn't.
It splits off and then they can go straight down the middle.
That's called a river.
I think it's mythology.
What are you on about? Mythology. Parts like the. What are you?
You're getting deep here.
God.
It also how many minutes left at this stage. It's been going for 20 minutes, so we've still got another 20 of the first half, and then after that, we will have about 40 of the second. And also we've got the. It would be ironic if the Highlanders win. It would be the second game Crusaders have lost at home. But, well, that is not likely. And Highlanders keen on starting their winning ways with the Crusaders. Pretty ballsy from them.
Well, they will do what they do.
Getting ready to go here for Mitch Hunt. Lines it up, gets it down the middle, and now the score is going to be 14 points to 7. I reckon there will be more than 3 tries in the first half. And you two in a relationship, I never knew that. And neither did I.
Yeah, we have been for a long time, haven't we, Hamish?
No.
Why do I always get instantly tired when I sit in front of all this?
Lights.
It's honestly the lights. Like I have so energy, and then I get here and I'm just like, oh.
And all the Go Crusaders go, says John Lewis there, and also yes, Highlanders, says Luke. Well, that one's currently, I think the South Island derby is probably the one that people in the South Island look forward to the most.
That would be because it's the 2 South Island teams.
But then also, I guess alongside that, it's Blues versus Crusaders, just because that game always gets postponed.
Yeah.
But this game, it's normally actually a more tightly contested contest when these two sides play. And kia ora, or kia kaha, everybody in there says, like, welcome
Kia ora in action.
And also get their bromance there from Nov Mum, and also what you have for tea tonight, George?
I had spaghetti. That was really good.
You love your spaghetti.
I'm awfully grateful to my mum for letting me eat spaghetti.
That was such a sweet moment. Oh, Cody Taylor's hands, they ended up becoming a bit jelly.
Silly boy.
Get up. Straight through it.
He's laughing though, isn't he?
He's had a haircut. I think George Bauer's given him a nice trim. He's the barber for them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Got some skills, George Bauer.
Yeah.
On and off the field.
Is that what remark is that?
Well, he's on the field. He's quite good, and off the field, he's a good barber.
Okay. Ooh.
Nothing sexual.
I thought you were meaning like they film pornos or something. That guy.
Interesting behind the scenes of the Crusaders, isn't it?
Yeah. Tamati Ellison.
I can't say the name Tamati anymore when I've been talking about Tamaiti Williams.
No.
Tamaiti is one that just like anytime there's someone like Tamati Ioane, I just accomplished it.
Yeah, just accomplished it.
And I was like, are you a mummy boy, George?
Not really. I told her to go away one day.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's because she found the breed in your wardrobe.
Oh, good.
True story.
George! What? Why is there bread in your wardrobe? Oh, go away, Mum. You know, we're big YouTubers now, Dina.
Well, not really, are we? I mean, we're bigger than I ever thought we would be, to be honest. Like, I thought 1,000 by, like, 2025 would be pretty good.
Yeah. I think we go for the 100,000 next year.
Next year?
Yeah. Well, make him laugh, Hamish.
Hey,
George, where's the 100 Nuggets challenge? It's coming up. We've got an announcement.
Do we?
You know, the other video. The video that I put up. We'll do that on the end of the game, half time. I don't know when to do it. I don't know when's it appropriate.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe you like. I haven't even got the link there. Probably should know. Apparently now it's still on the side of the Highlanders. I'm sorry. If it's inappropriate, but can I ask George a question? Well, that depends, Aiden, on what the question is.
Anything.
Other than, of course, life advice, because I feel like
life advice
given quite a bit of that.
We might do a live stream where George just gives out life advice.
Also, my big granny boy, and also you should run it straight at Hamish, George. That would be gold.
That would be really bad, because he would die.
I mean, a concussion would be minimum. Or
death
well
would be
taken
maximum,
there.
because you can't get any more than death.
No. Really 40 metres out here for the Crusaders. Richie Monga, first receiver, and Joe Moody now getting a little bit of space going. And hi, boys, says the girl YouTube. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Going back now, Richie Monga.
Rugby Guru?
No, different one. I asked that same question one of the first times. Taken nicely by Mitch Hunt, who becomes a little turtle. Is the best way of describing it. But they were playing the advantage to the Crusaders.
I just imagine the coaches telling them in training, when you catch the ball, you've got to become a little turtle. Become the turtle, boys.
And also thoughts on the Oscars slap in there. It's an interesting one.
Should you make a girl pregnant? Well, listen, you just make a girl pregnant. Okay, there's a lot of effort. Okay.
I mean, if it's the same one that you mentioned, how your mum would disapprove of and kick
Do
you
it.
out of the house,
Do it.
and also she'll probably ditch you straight away anyway.
Yeah.
It sounds like she's just using you for your semen.
Which is fair enough.
It's pretty much as blunt as you can get. Seems like she's using you just so that you can do that. She'll get a benefit and you'll get ditched.
But in all fairness, yeah, do what you want.
Maybe not. Okay, good joke. As I said, YouTube, and also always good lads. And also we have got there, George would run it, or would you run it straight at Cody Taylor for 125 million?
Bro, I'd run it straight at Richie McCaw for 125 million.
And Agony, I think that is what it is. Agony Art Stream, where George helps us with the difficulties in our lives.
Yeah, I think that would be a good one. You guys want to learn how to mow lawns really good? I can teach you how to do that too. Oh yeah, they're going for a kick.
They are.
Yeah.
Kicked it straight over, and now the score 10 points to the Crusaders, 14 to the Highlanders. Quite a few in attendance.
Do you like Stephen lit up?
Mm.
If the Highlanders keep the position and exploit the Crusaders' places, Highlanders will put the Crusaders on the back foot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they better do that then.
And I was like, yeah, and don't forget child support for like 18 years.
Lol.
As well, yep.
Can't forget the lol.
Lol. Like, how are you? And then, I'm doing well. I'm in a hyper mood.
Lol.
And
Mum's so dumb.
She tripped over the cordless, tripped over a cordless phone in there.
Wow.
I once fell over a green screen.
That was, you once fell over in that corner. And you
slowly flopped onto a
down
table.
in slow motion like an old man.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
I saw the fright in this guy's eyes as he was going down. It was a lot of fun.
It's like a sinking ship,
Kids
wasn't it?
are money suckers. So a woman.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, will we see a card in the game? I think maybe a yellow card, but not a red.
I think we should put money on that.
How should we?
Yeah.
How much you got? I have none.
I have like $5.
I have $2.
Okay. No, it's not enough.
I might be able to invest or take a loan out for 5.
Oh, yeah.
So wait, you're saying there is or isn't a yellow card for 5?
Oh, is it? No, it's not the Chiefs, though, is it? So it's or a Fijian team.
Yes. Okay. Nice backline. Who's playing the drum? Oh,
what
that's
the hell was that?
From a CCW.
He passed it to him, and then just all the defenders ran to him, and he had to kick it. Hospital pass.
Who's your bud sitting beside you? This is George, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm George.
He's one of the Kiwi Lads emojis on the channel.
Yeah, I'm famous.
Yeah.
I'm famous.
When I was like, I've got a friend coming who's a boy. Well, not who's a boy, but I said, I've got someone who's coming and he will be here soon. Everyone's like, it's George.
Yeah.
And then
George.
I said, yeah.
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 You wouldn't have a woman come around here, would you?
Nah.
No.
Not unless I
You're
paid her.
Scared of females.
You
just say you'd get a hooker.
No. No, I'm again talking about all the roots he doesn't get. As I says Jay, and also we have good evening, Jay. Says Sebastian there, and also everything you said, George, is said as you say, shut up, Hamish. There.
Jay, he's gonna get a hooker.
No, not me.
You will.
Jay and Aiden have a rivalry because
really?
Aiden talks about women's problems on
really
live stream. Jay gets annoyed with
Jay, well, why don't we get Aiden a hooker? Then we can laugh at him.
No. G'day, says Jay there as well. And also we have got there.
Mummy's so fat, I roll over twice and I'm still on her.
Nice.
What?
And also we have got there. Are you like well known for being a satisfying lover? And there says David.
50 Cent says he's a good lover. I love that guy. Yeah.
Does he treat you well, does he?
Yeah. Funny bugger.
It's going to be the advantage now here for the Crusaders. Still 30 metres out. Drummond sells a little bit of a dummy. David Havili does go forward. Like 25 metres out.
Whoop.
Passing it back across Ethan Blackadder now getting the carry. 29 minutes through this game currently. Richie Moonga with the ball. Will Jordan with the step. Oh, that looked a little bit high.
Oh, yes. Will Jordan will be dead now. That is a shame. No, he's up.
He's all right. He's bounced back up, but they've got the advantage now.
Do you think they're going to go back and look at that? Someone's going to have to sort their shit out.
You think maybe yellow card on the cards?
Oh, I don't know. Penalty.
Stefan Nuku going back, trying to crawl his way forward nicely. Still available. Severies tries to pop his way through. Good tackle on him by Connor
Are they
Garden.
going to look at this?
Oh, that one.
They are. They're going to go back and look at that tackle.
I think it's just a penalty, though.
Oh.
Josh Onick, a little bit high.
He's like, grow up.
Does a good A. And there, Knoxville. And, a date isn't going great. Oh, your partner deliberately licks an electric fence.
No, I think she needs a bit of excitement, something to go on there. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah.
Happened to you before?
Have I ever licked an electric fence?
Yeah.
No.
I know you've touched one and it zapped the balls off you. Well, not literally.
I've touched a lot on our farm, and they're pretty powerful. Well,
it wasn't actually that high,
he
was
went
it?
for the shoulder, but it slipped up. That's what she said.
And I was like, I hope the Highlanders win as well in there.
Yeah.
Says Josh. And yeah, currently they're doing pretty nicely for themselves.
Elias Cooney says that was a knock on. Don't know what you're looking at. They're doing a line out.
10 metres out from the line now, taken nicely by Ethan Blackett. Always first receiver when they do need a roll and maul to start with Cody Taylor slotting in at the back. Not really creeping too far forward here for them. Well, the Crusaders slightly stagnant, but now they start to creep a little bit more. And the engine's fired up with the big men in the four back in the red and black now. Nice little pop pass up. Leicester fine looking through. And scores the try. Slaps the ball into the ground and says, yes, boy.
Yes,
as Justin would say.
Oh, yes, son. I like to see it. Sam Whitelock still hanging around?
I think so. Right, Whaina Anuku is the name. Believe it or not.
You spell that?
I've learned how to spell it.
Well, I don't know. There's a red line underneath there. Google doesn't know what it means.
No, they don't watch the Crusaders play.
No.
Or Tasman. That man scores plenty while the Tasman mark goes as well, unless they score a try. And there. And also, we've got the no spamming Luke. Says Sebastian there as well. Yeah.
Good guy. That guy, look at that. Look at the hair. Scott Rolson's over the rip, no?
Is he though?
Yeah, that's another line.
Little clap. Little clap he did, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a
wrists all involved.
That's what she said.
And also we've got that piss on it, cheap love in there as well.
God, you guys were inspirational. You guys are just a great bunch of people.
Why?
Well, no, he said Sebastian said
that's for the electric fence.
Cheap. Yeah, at the end of your mum, George Pett, says Brendan.
At the end of your mum, George Pett. Right. Okay.
Wait
a little bit longer. I'd be drinks. I'll buy drinks all night for you if she licks an electric fence. Yeah, but then you'd get done for like murder. Yeah. Because if she's like alcohol would probably make the zap worse, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
they would end up.
Your headphones are green.
Yeah, they are. Well, they're kind of green. It's weird, isn't it?
It's funny, isn't it?
It's like, straight through me. But then I can put my hand there.
Muppet alert. God. Funny buggers, aren't they?
They are. Currently now available 22 metres out from their own line, the Crusaders, with a 17 points to 4 lead.
Yeah.
I'm confused, though, because Richie Moonga got a kick over, right?
Yeah.
And the post turned red.
Yeah.
Yet earlier on, they turned green.
Why would that be?
So do they turn red when it's a Crusaders kicking? Because if so, that makes it seem like it hasn't gone over, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So penalty there to the Crusaders now. And do you reckon Leicester will be in the All Black squad 2022 call-up? Radar, why? And there is us, says Ed. I mean, I feel like he should, but I think the other side of it is the man doesn't pass the ball as much as he possibly should. At times, he reminds me a little bit.
He's a run it straight sort of guy.
Yeah.
Go forwards.
And David Havili is also a little bit more in tune to do that. Same with Quintal Pyer. So I feel like they need someone at number 13 who will also distribute the ball. So that's why if he's getting called up, he'll be probably for the wing, the left wing position.
Naani Laumafi was the same. He couldn't really pass it around much. He just run it straight. He did good kicks, chip kicks.
David Havili once again, crash ball. Now going back to Drummond.
And obviously, with like Laumafi, everyone was like, "Oh, he's the best in the world." By the Crusaders, but the Crusaders and the All Blacks, well, not the Crusaders, but the All Blacks are seeing stuff that everyday people aren't. They want to do a certain gameplay, and Laumafi is not providing that. He does not want to set people on the outside.
from Will Jordan. Sever Reese now running it back across field, hit hard by Fatuli Paya there. And also who will be going for who will you be going for in the 2023 World Cup for the win? See, that's the thing. For me, there's 4 sides at the moment. Ethan Blackadder going forward. Down the way, we will come back to that in a very short moment. Fletcher Null now with a bit of a step. In fact, you could actually argue there's probably 6 teams who have got a decent chance. Will Jordan drops that ball. It's a knock-on advantage. Even though the yawn was happening, I was committed to the craft. With the goes around the side now. Smith with the wide cutout pass. Taken nicely by Conagata and Bishop. They will be going back for the penalty. He gets it into touch as well. But for me, I'm going to say 6 teams that I think could win the World Cup, and you're going to say yes or no if they've got a chance, okay?
Okay.
We're going to list them quick fire. Boom, boom, boom. You ready?
Okay.
New Zealand.
Yes.
South Africa.
Yes.
Australia.
No.
England.
Yeah. No.
France.
Yes.
Ireland.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Also, if you lick the moon, the colour 7 will taste grey. Nasty if your washing machine is reversing down the driveway on Tuesdays.
Really? I didn't know that.
I wouldn't expect you to. It's quite a in-depth. That's like Einstein level stuff, Jay.
Yeah.
When will you two?
You're a smart guy, Jay. Lol.
Stop adding lol. Also, when will the 2 of you do a video where you play Rugby 22? I need to find a way of connecting a second controller to my PC because I don't have Bluetooth.
No.
And it sucks. So I probably got to buy another little dongle or buy Rugby 22 on console. But it's still like $100.
Yeah, it's still too much money.
Mm.
Too much money. Money.
And also, no wonder the sky is grey. And if at night all the colour is in your eyes.
Is that your pickup line, Adam? You're not going to get anyone pregnant with that one.
And also, George, where does Steve Hansen live?
I know, but I can't say.
For legal reasons.
It's in a nice estate area.
Mm-hmm.
Don't actually really like the area he lives in that much.
For 100,000 likes on this video, we'll sleep in Steve Hansen's yard for
a night. We will. We actually will. I'm probably going to do it anyway.
Cody Taylor throwing this one in 38 metres out nicely. Stolen there by the Highlanders. Now Smith goes back across to Gilbert. He is also a player who doesn't often pass.
Yeah.
Him and Vahakolo. I feel like I'm slowly learning the guys who would rather run it themselves than pass the ball.
Yeah.
You know? Taken beautifully by Will Jordan, gliding through the air. Does take that one. Let's go Highlanders. Sees strength there. Now passing it back across. Looking sideways. Nice step. George Bridge. Now gives it off to Cullen Grace. Now backline movement. Will Jordan.
One there. Too much scatter defense. Lol.
Now looks like Mitch Drummond will be kicking this one up high, perhaps.
There he goes. He kicks the ball as Harris predicted.
Now take a nice. No, it's not taking nice. It's actually gone straight through him.
Mitch Hunt dropped the ball.
Did.
Boom.
Should we try and do some of the, how they have someone who's doing the play-by-play and then once there's a stoppage, the other guy jumps in like Justin Marshall? You want to try that?
How do we do that?
I'll just talk, and then once it's like a penalty or something, then you jump in and go, oh, yes, boy. You know?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It'll probably sound very cringy. And also vlog camping in Steve Hansen's yard.
Yeah.
And there's, this one's gone high, not quite hit. It's gone into touch. And it is now going to be the line-out throw of the Highlanders. Or is it the touch judge? Not too sure. Yes, it is the Highlanders line-out.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
That was your part too.
Oh. Yeah, that was my bit.
You just like boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm having a line out.
There we go.
Australia, England for the next World Cup. No, I don't know.
It'll be a cool final.
I wouldn't be surprised about it. I don't know. The thing is, though, is like France, everyone's like, oh, it's going to be France. But then you've obviously got that thing where they peak too soon. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
I hope Ireland do better than they have ever before.
Yeah.
Because they seem like
they've to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they now seem like they've found something. But I think we say that every year for Ireland.
But that's the thing,
Cup.
though. Some teams find something, and then some teams have bits where they just play well. England's like that. Everyone's like, oh, they've found something. No, they're just playing well. Then they go and lose 6 games in a row, and that's something that they found is now gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why I think England will get to the point where they're like, oh, they're going to win. And then they just won't. They just can't because their players are too tired and their whole system in England just doesn't work.
Big push forward.
Great coach, but he just doesn't have,
There's no one.
Well,
I mean, it's worked.
Like Rugby Challenge 4.
It was. It's a good wide pass out to George Bridge off about 3 bounces. Lester Nuku goes himself around the side of the breakdown. Penalty going back for the initial one. And also we've got the Coming Islanders. They got $20 on you guys. They would have been paying like $5 as well.
Damn.
Would have been a good one. And also imagine Steve Anson and Scott Robertson in a wrestling match. We'll organise it for the front lawn. Stick them in sumo suits. Just so that, health and safety a little bit better. I want to see Scott Robertson attempt to break dance in a sumo suit.
YouTube idea.
Just sending 50 sumo suits to Scott Robertson's house until he wears one.
Do it. And we just film his house. Do it, Scott.
And also, speaking of wrestling, it's WrestleMania weekend, isn't it? As a word for Hamish, if you're aware of the event card.
Logan Paul's doing that, isn't he?
He is. Wait, is it this weekend?
I saw just a TikTok on the way here with Jake Paul catching a private jet to the place that they're having it.
And old mate's still getting, no, that's David. There, Jay, who has got the 20 on them.
Yeah.
And now David Arvelli. So now 50 metres out on the angle. Well, that's one. The shadow on Rugby 22 is annoying in there. And the thing is, you can't really turn off too much on Rugby 22, I don't think, in the settings, unfortunately.
No.
But those home nation unions are notorious for putting pressure on the sides, or on their sides are the English, are the worst.
Yeah, it seems to be the issue with the English is the players get tired. They do get really tired from playing Premiership Rugby, International Rugby, European Champions Cup. It's not soccer. You can't do that every week out.
That's the thing as well. Like, the media in England, I think, is one of the harshest in the world.
They all instantly England win a game. Next World Cup, they're going to win it.
Oh, he's missed that one, David Arvelli. Plenty of oomph on it. It's going close to the dead ball line. That will be half-time now. And I was a banana, Anna. And then I was asking about old mate Mr. Ladies Man. No, I don't think he is still. Oh, no, and 17-14 ended is indeed there. That's going to be 17 points to 14. Crusaders with a little lead. And New Zealand will win the next Rugby World Cup as well. And I was like, oh, the F, did he miss that kick? You effing no. And there says Vancouver. Yeah, he got plenty of it, didn't he, David Arvelli?
He kicked it far enough, but it's just the wind, didn't it?
The thing is, 50 metres out, like, I'd like to think Richie would almost have it, but he seems to only go for the ones that are closer than 40, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just to really secure them. But I think David Arvelli normally gets a good bit of distance on it. And Highlanders, we're paying $6 for the wind, or in the wind, and old mate is flat out making apple pies. And there's says trucking down under, and Easy Satters goes through the wind. And that's right, George. Are they burned out, or they burnt out most times? And it's tough being an athlete, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
we have first-hand experience of that.
Oh, this is hard work. It's hot in this room.
We once went for a jog, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then, how did you reward yourself for our jog?
Oh, what happened? We went to go get an ice cream.
You went to go get an ice cream.
You wanted one, but you couldn't get one because you were like, no.
No, I had the restraint because we had just jogged.
And look at me now. Now I'm fat. It's so fat. It's just unbelievable.
And then we also went and got an energy drink.
Yes.
To revive you.
Yeah.
A lot of truck and old mate planning on a trip to Thailand. And there's also we've got there. I think France will make the final. If they do, who do you think they will face?
The thing is with Australia, though, is they don't have, but they have all these guys who are in France, and you bring them in, and they're way better guys when they come back. Players, and they know how to play against England and France. So they come in, and everyone's like, well, Australia's now like number one in the world, but then they can't always get those players. So they've sort of got something that they can bring in just for a big tournament.
And also, hello, Aaron's very welcome, mate. And also, we have got there as George watch NRL. You watch much NRL?
Not really a lot, no.
It's a tricky one because it does overlap with Super Rugby and everything else that's on the weekend as well. And also, we've got there, Steve Anson is kind of fat. What do you think, or what do you guys think that he does he eat on a daily basis?
Most people eat every day.
The thing is, though, Like, at the end of the day, like, that's a stressful job, isn't it? And some people stress work, some people stress exercise, some people stress eat.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
when he's constantly getting messages saying, "Oi, quit your job," because no one wants you to be All Blacks coach, that probably takes a toll. And best thing for it's a tub of ice cream.
Yeah.
You know? And got it. Whoa, that's weird. Sebastian's just put not a Mackie D's ice cream, hopefully. We discussed this before. That was kind of strange that I mentioned ice creams. I hadn't seen that one. Willie.
So this is an ad of the teams doing general jobs.
Yes. And then they...
Like, how much do you think they make for that ad? 60K?
Oh, a little bit.
Those little kids have no idea how corrupt that is.
Hello from South Africa as well. Says Kid Cozy. Welcome into the live stream.
Cheers.
And also, I hope France play us. They get hurt. And it says the girl YouTube. So, of course, that would be South Africa.
Yeah.
I believe. Because I know that New Zealand, South Africa, France, and Ireland or something are all on the same side of the draw.
Yeah.
So, depending on who finishes where, depends on who plays who next. And also, Hamish Bro, who's this new member of stream? This is George.
Yeah, that's me.
He's my pal.
Is that Vishal?
Vishal.
Gayonka. I don't know. That might have really offended you just then.
Hopefully the pronunciation won't too bad. But yeah, this is my buddy.
Vishal is his sister-in-law.
And also over there, what do you reckon? Who do you reckon will make an AB's debut this year? Any tips?
Whaianae.
So you're saying Whaianae?
Nah, I don't know.
I'm going to say...
Steve Hansen. He's going to get back into
it. I'd say forward pack wise, I'd like to see... I feel like we're due for another lock coming through the rankings just because Whitelock and Retallick are both getting up there.
Yeah.
And maybe a new halfback might get a chance. As well. Stephen Petafetta is my pick to get a chance. Yep. I want to see him there. That man is cool, calm, and collected in every situation. And also... and also we've got there in the chat from a little bit earlier on, Steve Hansen is fat like his bank account. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's correct. It's very large. You've seen his house in that town.
Yes.
It's not a small house.
It's a nice estate almost, isn't it?
Buddy Richie McCaw owns a house in that town as well. You know?
And next World Cup, ABs will be in the same card as Japan, and Japan will do South Africa against them. I would like to see it.
What's that? All Blacks will be in the same card as Japan, and Japan will do a South Africa against the All Blacks.
Yeah. So Japan beat the All Blacks.
Why would you want to see that?
There'd just be quite... I mean, if the All Blacks are in dire straits anyway... Like, I feel like it's just a nice moment for Japan.
I feel like, no, I want them to beat, because the All Blacks aren't the best team in the world now. You got to remember that. If Japan really want to go up against it's France or England. Ooh. I would love it if they beat France or England, because they're just not going to handle it, you know? Yeah.
I feel like Scotland's one that I'm looking at as someone who could cause a big upset.
Yeah.
But I think they're in the same group as Ireland and South Africa.
Yeah.
So that's going to be pretty tricky for them. And do you guys know a YouTuber called the Black Jersey? I think he's from New Zealand, isn't he? If I'm not wrong. And also, I think Ireland could win the World Cup, says Richard. I hope they get somewhere close. I hope they make it as far as they've ever been, just because I'm quite fond of the Irish at the moment.
Yeah. Why is that?
Just because they seem to have it worked out. Like, they used to play less of an attacking game than they currently do.
Yeah.
And now they're big forwards. Like, they're probably a side that I love watching the forwards almost sometimes more than the backs.
Yeah.
Just because, like, when you got Tyke Furlong, Ronan Kelleher, Andrew Porter, and all those real big guys, then you got your trio of Josh Van den Fleur, Caelan Doris, Jack Cone, and all those big boys in the forward pack. Like, it's just a beauty of a thing to watch. And yep, you are correct, right about Scotland. And there says Luke there. And also, do you think the other Highlanders halfback will make the All Black, the one on the bench? So Falau Fakatava, I think, is eligible by 2023 or somewhere around there. So he could have a chance, possibly. Although I think he'll be fighting with Finley Christie for it as well. And also, George, you speak my surname very nice. I like, bro.
Cheers.
And also, only 14 can win the World Cup. Interesting. Who do you guys think? Okay, so for me, the four that are my top front runners at the moment, to be honest, I feel like one of them's probably just me being a bit excited, but one of them is Ireland that I've got in there. So I've got Ireland, France, All Blacks, South Africa as my four, and then the maybes of England and Australia.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way that I'm sitting. I don't see anyone else. Although there's a couple, like, that's the thing. where will Wales be in a couple years' time? Because currently they're struggling a bit, but will they have found something that boosts them up more? Alan Wynne-Jones probably retired by that stage.
Yeah.
A couple of those senior players out.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one, isn't it, this far out?
Yeah.
Like, my prediction of who would be able to go well, like, if you asked me this maybe 1 or 2 years ago, Ireland wouldn't have been in there. France probably almost wouldn't have either.
Yeah.
Even though they are the home field advantage side. I was at England, France, All Blacks, Ireland. And there, as Alsace gets to the best, and also Scotland are the top 5 rugby teams in the world. England have a management and cohesion problem. And there's this look, and Fiji, says Troy, Fiji always put up a big old fight. And that's the thing, when you played a Fijian side, I think Samoa's in their group as well, possibly.
Yeah.
Like, that group's going to be busted up.
Yeah, no.
Like, Australia's going to get brutalised throughout that group stage.
Some injuries.
Same with Wales. And it's the question of who's going to be out. Like, yes, Australia and Wales will possibly win those games, but at what cost? Who are you losing before you get through to the later stages of the competition?
Yeah.
Would you ever let a Fijian run straight at you?
Yeah, for $150 million.
150 mil?
Easy.
They'll get us a nice
I'll
place.
probably drop him.
Next to Steve. Also, Fiji hopefully will surprise us next year. And I think it'll be France this year. Apart from being a force of nature at the moment, they'll have a home ground advantage for every game.
Yeah.
And they're even more dangerous at home. That is true.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a big factor as well. Will teams rise to the occasion of playing France in France?
Yeah.
Or will teams...
I don't think France are going to be favourites going into it.
Yeah, I think they're close at the moment. I think they're third favourites, followed... Or I think it's All Blacks, France, South Africa, actually, for the order, which is interesting.
The thing you've got to also remember, so France have obviously had in the past big problems. But back then they were doing the things that now are resulting in what's happening now. You know what I mean? So it's the sort of thing where you start to change up the system in your country. 10 years later, you're contenders for the World Cup final. And that's the thing. You might start to see teams like Wales or not England, but even Australia with their new eligibility rules. And now, you might start to see those teams, going up.
And England, Scotland, and Japan will cause an upset. And there's this look, and also we've got that Hamish Pro Police points table in these two sides right now. Which position? So the Crusaders, I believe, are sitting in, they are third on 19 points. Highlanders, almost half by cut off right at the bottom. They have not won a game as of yet for Super Rugby, but they want to change that.
Yeah.
And they feel this game could be the one that they are able to do it. And that would be an impressive record for the last little while at OrangeTheory Stadium.
Oranges, lol.
Yeah, so that is how it is sitting currently. And let's go Canterbury, says Obi. And there's Australia, Wales, Fiji, Wales, and who's the fourth team? And they're, no, they aren't my four that I think will win it. It is, sorry, actually, no, you're talking about the World Cup pool. I think it is Georgia. Georgia's in there, and also then Samoa, I think, is the last team. So Georgia's also qualified in that group, and every either underrepresented the Aussie. And there's the good YouTube, and also what are the new eligibility rules? So pretty much it is, I guess the Ghetto law has been scrapped, hasn't it?
Yeah, you don't have to have Now, what's the cap now? Is it 80 or is it no? You don't need any test caps to be able to represent Australia.
I think it's something like 10.
Yeah.
Or is that the one for people who can switch to like playing for Tonga and whatnot? I think it's like you have to have less than a certain amount of caps.
Yeah.
And remember, Italy beat Wales. So Italy, I could do some upsets. And there's us cats are the best. And also we have got there from a little bit earlier on one moment. I did miss one from Peter. And it is Wales need a big reset. They have an old but very experienced team. They won't be good for the next World Cup.
No.
I think it is those young guys who are coming up through the ranks. Tane Basham, he seems like a future star. Lewis Rees-Zammit, the hype is there for that man currently, although it's died down a little bit since, the British and Irish Lions tour, he was the one that everyone was talking about.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for him, he's kind of been overshadowed by Josh Adams just from that experience over pure pace.
Yeah.
As he develops more, hopefully does go all right. No disrespect to but the top teams are New Zealand, South Africa, and Australia. These teams know how to play the big games when they have to, says David the Mod there. And also Australia, Fiji, Wales, Georgia, and the winner of the repechage, most likely Romania. Oh, so it's actually not some more.
Like the thing is with Australia, now that they've scrapped the Ghetto law, it means that they've got access to all their players. So in the past, the issue that they've had since the downfall of the Wallabies, since they used to be nearly number one, consistently beating the All Blacks, now that they've scrapped it, they have access to guys like Pete Samu. He's already in Australia, but we'll scout him. But the big issue with Australia is that they don't invest into their grassroots. They just keep buying NRL players. So the very minute they start investing massively into their grassroots and they start trying to do what the NRL does, 20 years later, they're going to be winning the Bledisloe every year, and the New Zealanders are going to be like, well, where did it all go wrong for us? That's because now they start investing huge dollars into grassroots, and then they have access to every single player that they have internationally, and the Wallabies will go back to winning Bledisloe Cups. But
I feel like if that's not a perfect resume to get George as the head man for Australian rugby, I don't know what is.
Oh, it's just so stupid. Like, they brought Israel Folau and paid him $1 million a season. How much does that get 4 or 5 young Israel Flowers coming through the system? And then what did he do? He turned into an absolute loser. God, he was a complete waste of money. You know? No. Same with Michael Hooper.
No, Michael Hooper's he's pretty good.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have set so much into someone who's, you know, not necessarily the future.
Because they're kind of fighting with Japanese sides to try and pretty much outpay each other, aren't they? So that they can still play with their players.
You're not going to beat Japanese sides, though. You're just going to end up losing all your money to someone who's going to play for another 5 years. You're better off letting old players go and taking that money and investing it into grassroots. And they'll probably leave as well, but at least you're getting future players for the Wallabies. And if the Wallabies are doing well, then all of the Australian Rugby Union will grow. You know, I also think they should leave Super Rugby and have a domestic comp that can compete with the NRL instead of being part of Super Rugby.
And also, the next cricket commentary, South Africa versus Bangladesh, I believe it will be probably not tonight, but the next night or the next one after that, just because we have got quite a few videos to get all ordered or all edited and whatnot before tomorrow and the next day. And this is going to be the best game ever, maybe for the Crusaders, says Carlos. Only if they win it. At the moment, it's very close. Well, Jordan and Sever Reese, 2 men in the back three, going to be important here for the Crusaders. So we've seen a first half of very good rugby when the side's close one. You're right.
Yes.
I should have a lemon from the lemon tree that when you yawn, I just
no, that would be
shove
bad.
it in there.
I think you'll get very badly hurt.
Yeah, and then you just bite down and then your face like and then I would get smacked.
Yeah.
Just like Chris Rock. I've got that Super Rugby's a mess. The Sharks, the Bulls should come back in there, says Luke. And also, I've had 1 million Izzy tweets just to have him back as well. Oh, I'd have 1 million Izzy tweets just to have him back, says Trent. And also, we have got there. If you could rate All Blacks' chances of winning the World Cup out of 100, what would you give them? Probably about I'd give them about 30 at the moment, because I think Novman earlier on said that France are actually $3 favourites compared to $3.50 of the Kiwis and then $6.50 for South Africa. Now, kicking it off here for the second half at OrangeTheory Stadium. Highlanders kicking it off from left to right. And we are back underway, ladies and gentlemen, for another 40 minutes. Good run. 4 from Cullen Grace, getting the lead drive going. Also, we have that. Yes, give him the lemon.
Give him the lemon.
As well, says the girl YouTube.
Give him the lemon.
You know what they say?
No.
If you've got lemons, make a lemon meringue pie.
That's not what they say.
Isn't it?
They say if you've got lemons, do crack on the weekends.
Now 40 metres out here for the Highlanders. In fact, just a little bit closer. They're asking for the penalty. They do not get a nice little pop pass up to Shannon Frizzell now. They continue to build phase after phase. Passing it back across here. It is now Connor Garden Bishop trying to spin out of the tackle. Once again, great defence from the Crusaders. And David Arvili and Scott Barrett. And also, have you told George about the night you were electrocuting yourself, Hamish? And
really?
He was actually there when I bought the pen. It was slightly, was it your idea?
Yeah. I was there when you brought it. Yeah.
Also, do you agree with my predictions? And this is Sebastian. One moment, I will have to go back to read them. I feel like I read. Oh, okay, there we go. These are my percentages for the World Cup. France 50%, All Blacks 20, Ireland 20, South Africa 10. Ooh. Okay, I put France. I probably take 10 off France and give 10 more to South Africa, just because they want to win it.
Yeah.
And if you give them any less than 20, they'll be angry because they're defending champs.
And then they'll go, well, it's not fair. Up to suffer. You know?
Yes. 42 minutes in it and frying his sausage. And there's Johnny, not quite. frying my thumb. I learned, this is going to sound like I put it on my sausage, but I learned that if you do it like somewhere halfway up your arm or on your thigh or anything,
you get an erection?
No, you don't actually feel it.
Oh.
It's something to do with the nerves and the sensation of your thumb that actually cause the electric shock.
All right. Okay.
And I was a Crusaders and then Let's Go Highlanders. And there was, if you guys have one ever song, what song would it be? That's a good question.
Give me America. I don't know how it goes.
Give me A Man After Midnight is how that one goes.
I thought it was going to be something like American Man or something. I don't know.
You like A Man After Midnight?
I know. Turned into a real lad.
LOL! Another much sense. New Zealand B going to be hard. Or going to be hard.
Oh, New Zealand so badly needed All Blacks B team, man. While the World Cup's going on, those guys can tour against, premiership sides that don't have their best players, and it'll be cool. Good way to keep players in New Zealand.
Peter said, yes, I can never write off South Africa. Yeah, they've just got that depth and heart. It's just that South African.
They don't have an NRL or anything to compete against in their country, and they're such a big country. You know what I mean? Like, they can honestly have so much players coming through the system.
And also, another thing I'll mention with South Africa, inside knowledge. Reason I say that, they're now, Streaker, he's got no clothes on, he's been taken down.
Video idea.
No. Scott Ross, and he's disappointed.
Scott Ross says, I'm going to smash that guy. He's got the water.
Is that Jack Goodhue?
Yeah.
It is. Is he more in a coaching role now?
Did he retire?
I don't think he's retired. I think his legs just stopped working. So he's just decided. He looks very professional back there, doesn't he?
Is Materia going to come on?
He's going to be close, I would think, at this stage. What was I saying about? Oh, yeah, South Africa, they've got insider knowledge because they have got now the URC. So they're playing up against Irish.
Yeah, that's the thing
English.
That is something that I'm beginning to be worried about.
You can see it in the reflection of the window. I feel like they didn't plan that out too well.
That is something that I'm beginning to be a little bit worried about, though, is with the South Africans sort of moving to Europe, do we get the feeling that in the future it's just going to be Australia and New Zealand that are going to play a very quick style game? That's sort of something that, like, the South Africans, as we know, have really wanted to play a slow, forward-orientated game, which isn't the best for them, because the minute they don't do that, they do really well, as we saw from the last Rugby Championship. But the thing is that with them playing the URC, I think what's going to happen is we're going to see them and the whole of the other teams just playing boring rugby. It could ruin the whole thing, you know what I mean? We want South Africa running with the ball. So
I mean, you wouldn't see Lucanio doing that round the back flick pass. Like in games where they are just going to be kind of more methodical kicking wise. It's like that game, boring. I think, was one of the best games South Africa have played in a long time. Because they just mixed it up. They went, we know how quick we are.
That's the thing. When you're playing against England and France, you don't play them at their own game.
No.
You play them at the game that they can't control, which is what the All Blacks do. The All Blacks get going. No one can keep them down. But it's like South Africa can keep the All Blacks down because they know how to play like the All Blacks. But then France can't, England can't, but sometimes they beat us.
And Geordie at 12, what you reckon? I do see he's there on Sunday at number 12, Geordie Barrett. So maybe just trying out a couple things. But then they've got their number, or their fly half in not Aidan Morgan, and Ruben Love. He's actually going to be at number 15 for this one with Jackson Garden Bishop. So I'm going to be confused to see how that one goes, but hopefully it does go all right. And also can't wait for Michael Hooper returning off the bench for the Waratahs. It's going to be a good one. And how do you score in rugby? Pretty much the goal is to try and pass where the goal line is, which has the posts on it. And then from there, you put the ball down over the line, and that is a try. Unlike unlike NFL, where you do just have to run over the line. And this one, you do have to put the ball down. That was Mosisi Dawai, I believe.
I don't know who that is.
Do you know who Denny Solomona is? He's coming off the bench for the Highlanders on debut.
Denny Solomona? Is he an England international?
Well, he's not anymore.
Did you know that he was? Denny Solomona, wasn't he?
His name English? I think so.
Yeah, he was like a big England international. Denny Solomona.
I need to see his face again. Once I see his face.
I could have sworn I'm thinking of. You guys answer that in the thing.
I mean, I'm about to.
Oh, that's Pornhub.
No,
It
it
is
wasn't.
Pornhub tab open. Goes, lol.
There's actually TAB on it.
Yeah, you're
Dennis Solomona,
yeah, he played in
England
England.
at international level. Jeez, it's been a while since he
So
was
the
in the
Highlanders
English.
have gone and got themselves an international England player.
Yep.
Although he wasn't really consistently with them, though. But
And I was like, yes, he is an England player, yeah, in there.
yeah,
That's the thing. I always find it so amazing how quickly
But-
time flies by.
that's the thing. So England did that with Marcus. No, not Marcus. The centre for. He played for the Blues.
Joe Marchant.
Yeah, he came over on a program. So New Zealand Rugby have that thing with the Harlequins. So maybe that's another thing. They send players over here to begin to be good players, which I don't agree with, because then you're cutting out the opportunity for a New Zealander,
Ooh,
to be honest with you.
it's a brilliant kick there
but
from
yeah.
the Highlanders, right into the corner now with a 5-metre line out. 60% France, 20% Ireland, South Africa 14%, New Zealand 3%, England 2%, Scotland and Japan are other favourites because possible upsets. And then so Luke is heavily back in the home side. Have you heard the Beatles? Here Comes the Sun. I have indeed.
Here comes the sun.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that you sing
Yes.
when you bomb the shit out of people in video games. Here comes the
Do you remember
sun.
Just Cause how
The
you
Japanese in
accidentally...
World War II.
No.
Here comes the sun.
Do you remember when you accidentally dropped that grenade on the farmer?
Yeah.
Because you wanted to steal his tractor. That was unfortunate.
It was funny.
Just Cause we need to play that game again,
Yeah,
I think.
that was really funny.
Also, I totally agree with you, 100% accurate. And there was Johnny Blaze there. Now passing it back across. Daniel Leonard-Brown carry in the midfield, 10 metres out for the line here. Passing it back across. Shannon Frizzell, another carry. Tom Christie straight on the ball, though. He wasn't on his feet. Or actually he was, but they're going back for the initial penalty advantage.
Boom, 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 boom,
46 minutes in now.
boom, boom. I think I should have the DJ remix for a lot of these games. I should just go boom, 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 boom. Da 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 boom boom da boom boom da 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 boom boom.
Nurofen.
Boom boom.
We'll get the sponsors in
Da
as
da
well.
boom. Nurofen, they're corrupt, mate.
Are they?
Warehouse. It's Chemist Warehouse.
Dan
Boom
Carter.
boom.
Yeah.
Boom boom. Da da. He's had his thing taken from that guy that was in that movie.
Yeah.
Little
Hunt
Maori
for the
kid.
Wilder people, wasn't it?
Yeah, Hollywood didn't work, so he's back in New Zealand doing ads for the Chemist Warehouse. Boom, boom. Lol, 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 boom, boom.
The early push from the Crusaders is what led to the advantage initially, and there is going to be another line-out one.
See, Sebastian says the All Blacks will bounce back. See, the thing is that that's actually nearly 100%, because if you've got a team like them who've lost bad games in their last cup, and they've lost against, was it France and Ireland, they're not going to get worse. They're going to learn a lot from that. And honestly, that's going to make them so lethal in the next World Cup, because that's the sort of thing that motivates them to get better. You know what I mean? They're not going to get worse from those experiences. It's better off losing those games than it would be in a World Cup final, you know?
Well, I guess a statement that I'll take from an ex-All Black, Norm Maxwell, and he was in that interview that I did with him, he mentioned that sometimes the losses are actually more valuable than the wins for learning-wise.
Yeah, it's like that in anything. Failures create success. You know? No successful person has not gone as far as they have without them failing. Boom, boom. Lol, 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 lol. He's going to miss this kick.
No, he's not. He's got this one. It's going to go near the right-hand upright, but he'll still get it over. That is my prediction. It's frozen. Right. And the Chunt about to line it up.
Boom, boom. He missed it.
He did. It was near the right-hand upright, just on the wrong side. And also for me, after the Six Nations, England might be finished. I'm a Cantabrian living in France, and the rugby news from England isn't good. They will kick Eddie Jones out before the next cup, and also you learn more from losses.
I don't think they'll kick Eddie Jones out for the next cup. I think they'll kick him out after the next cup, because you're just not going to kick out a head coach before the World Cup.
I heard rumours that Rassie Erasmus might coach England.
I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I would think more Scott Robertson would coach England. I'd actually quite like to see that, to be honest. I know a lot of New Zealanders are like, no, we want him for the All Blacks, but come on, Scott Robertson. I'd secretly be an England supporter if he coached them. I'm like, yes, I want England to succeed. He is my dad.
Is he?
Lol.
From the same region, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's gone. What would you describe that as? 2 meters forward, maybe?
Yeah.
About 20 on the side. Now the Highlanders trying to kick it in behind. It's nicely taken by Withy. And no, not Scotty in England. In there as well, says Peter. And also, they will keep choosing Moody, Nipple, Whitelock, Retallick. Abies will keep getting bullied.
You've offended me now, Johnny. Now I have to establish a connection, and I have to take you head on in the comment section of the Facebook page.
So, yeah, a few of the guys for us, I think they need to keep breeding young, or not breeding.
You know what? We have a role at NZ Rugby now, Hamish. You and me, we'll get going.
We're the head breeders.
We'll make NZ Rugby, get us some women, and we'll breed the next generation. Send them to a Christchurch high school.
Yeah.
Right?
Get
and then
an
we
education.
send them straight to Auckland.
Mm-hmm.
Get an education. That's what they're there for, not to play rugby.
No, you gotta have your NCEA. But yeah, they'll keep on. Like they need the likes of De Groot and those young guys who are gonna be around in 5 years' time. Like, yes, it's great looking at the next World Cup, but also it wouldn't be a terrible thing looking at the next one after that as well.
Yeah, so some teams will actually be Fiji, I think, is one of those sides that's looking at not this next World Cup, but the one after. Because they've now got the eligibility rules changed for them as well. Which means they've now got access to a lot of players that leave. Which means if they start producing good players, they still have them there.
Around the back now for Aaron Smith, Keanu Ruck, Marina McElly too. In fact, it's Shannon Frizzell now who has wrestled down.
Wop.
So I feel like if you're looking for someone who's just a tackling machine, you'd look at Tom Christie as a possible All
Look
Black.
at me.
Are you a tackling machine, are you? It's a nice wide cutout pass at the Mosisi Dawai down the wing using his power. Dragged down by Havili. Drummond thinking about trying to get that one, unable to do so now. Andrew Makaleo. The good carry. It's popping out the back. Still available for them now. Short ball out to Scott Gregory. He's having his pants pulled down by Drummond. And also that's a problem. If Robinson coaches, they'll be unstoppable. Look at what he's done in just 5 years for the Crusaders. That's into touch there. Almost CC Dulway ran out of space again with the Highlanders. And also, I just got back from dinner. The South Island Derby is already lighting up. It certainly is. Have a rest of your day. Or have a great rest of your day, Hamish and George. You too, mate. And also, will George be here for the TARS match?
I don't know. What time does it start?
9:45.
Oh, okay.
Maybe some of it. Eddie Jones need to piss off, though.
Maybe,
He's clears at the point that it's too obvious at this stage. Says Sebastian there for the English side. And coaches England, I mean. And there's and also, what's the most hated rugby club in New Zealand, though?
Crusaders.
Probably Crusaders.
Not because they do things they do things that annoy them, because it's just that unlimited amount of success that this team gets. It's just endless. And everyone hates them because you can't beat them, you know?
And also, we have their coaches, England, I mean. And there says, and also, you guys have no love for G-Man. And now, I mean, he passed away a few days ago. It's still very fresh on the rugby community. We did a nice tribute to him on one of the other live streams that you obviously weren't here for. But
it's unfortunate for you, mate.
It's one of those ones that just because we didn't make a video about it doesn't mean that it didn't hit us hard as well. Because like at the end of the day, there's only like 6 rugby YouTubers. He was one of the trailblazers for it. And he was literally like one of the ones who made it so that we can do what we do now.
Yeah.
Because him and 2 Cents, they were the 2 first ones who did it for a World Cup. If it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be people looking for games as well. And he just had such a passion for what he was doing. So I feel like that's a pretty rough
quite like rugby.
And also there's most probably a disconnect between Jones and Union and other players.
Yeah, that's the other. I think if you brought in someone like Scott Robertson, I don't know if you'd see a lot of success. Because, it's great to say, he's great at the Crusaders, but in the Crusaders, look at the players they've got. He coaches a team that has issues and power struggles within the union. He has issues with players getting tired. He's got to figure out, I feel like it's a little bit like a Wallabies coach and an English coach. Like, Eddie Jones is a really good coach, but he just doesn't have the things that he needs to make England number one. That's not his fault. It's literally because of the way the RFU is designed. Like, he just can't do it. It's the same with the Wallabies coach. Wallabies coach after another. It's because they don't have the quality of the players that they need to beat teams like the All Blacks. But, now we might start to see them have access to more players. You might start to see the Wallabies all of a sudden get quite successful.
Oh, a bit of push and shove there.
I like a scrap.
Penalty to the Crusaders there. And also we've got that video, another video from Kiwi's G-Man himself has never forgotten, but always remembered. It says Sammy Sosa exactly right. And also, that's right, Amishwell said, doing what we're doing now is honouring him. It's because, like, at the end of the day, as well, like, he was, I guess, the best way of describing it was about as rugby mad as you could be for a South African point of view.
Yeah.
Like, he just loved the game. And also, I think he had very recently started doing a little bit of actually commentary from the ground for some cricket, which was pretty awesome, breaking into that kind of mainstream side of things as well. Eddie Jones come back to Australia in there as well. And also we got there in that one. We have got the All Whites might qualify for FIBA World Cup. Hope they do. And yeah, at this stage, they will need to beat Costa Rica, which will not be an easy game.
No.
But if they can do so.
Costa Rica are good at football.
They are.
I've said this many times, haven't I, Hamish?
Sure.
I woke up one morning and I messaged Hamish and said, you know what I need to tell you? Costa Rica are good at football, lol. And they will go places. And that's when Hamish knew.
Yes. And even another rugby YouTuber literally pays tribute to G-Man in his honour in their own special way. So here's Sammy Sosa. Yeah, I just felt like I would have loved to have made a video, but it just didn't feel right because of the fact that we haven't done a collaboration with them. And I didn't want it to come across as, I guess, just trying to join in on.
Yeah, you also got to remember is in a real weird way, was sort of his competition. And so in some ways, some people will go, oh, you guys are just trying to steal the spotlight in that niche. It's like, no. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, you're trying to get involved in a topic that's going to get you views. It's like, no, we're not. But yeah,
So like anytime it's mentioned in the chat, we've mentioned about it.
Yeah.
Overall. But yeah.
Yeah.
I just felt like video-wise, people might think we're just trying to jump on the bandwagon, which isn't the case, but people look at that as that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Everyone, because the Crusaders named after the Crusaders is the Crusades. I lick my rugby ball or you'll be right. And there.
What was it?
I'm not too sure. And also, G-Man was my first rugby YouTube subscription first ever donated to. I was heavy in his streams prior to you, Hamish, and RPG Man. Me and him were close as buds. We got on so well. And there it says Luke, and also we've got there recognise Ed Vogel and maybe Blaze from Steez and Don AFL chats. Shout out to my Dunedin friend doing it hard from mates in Adelaide. Go you Highlanders, says GB there as well.
Recognise Ed Vogel and maybe Blaze from Steez and the Don. What's that?
I assume they're possibly AFL YouTubers.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Oh, yeah.
Ed will be on quite a few of those, I think. He loves his sport, whether it's NRL, AFL, and second half starts slow. How unfortunate for the momentum. Landers need to score the next try. And you're saying Johnny Plays moving on is what the G-Man would have wanted in there, an RP G-Man. And there as well, says Johan. Currently 54 minutes through. Crusaders only winning this one by 3 points currently.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
No.
At all.
And the Highlanders are currently in their ass.
Yes. Oh, it's close
to the Crusaders have now got the ball. Off the back of the line out towards your commentary is up there, my man. It's so far out and good.
Ball was spinning quite interestingly, wasn't it? But that has gone into touch about 50 metres out. Also, it's hard to think, Gareth, don't. As there says Luke. And yes, I'm Johnny Blaze. Moving on is what the G. Oh, no, I read that one.
Silly boy.
Yeah, I always repeat myself in there. And also, I actually had a nightmare last night that Steve Hansen murdered me.
I know where he lives, so.
Yeah. So if the cops ring, George can help you out.
Yeah.
Fletcher Nall now coming off the field, and big Tom Mighty Williams, 6'5", 140 kgs he weighs.
When we drove past Steve's house, I actually yelled out the window, "We've had enough of Ian. Can you please come back now, Steve?" And I knew it was home because his big old Audi was out the front too.
Jeez. And also Stone Cold Steve Hansen.
Yeah.
There's Al. That one's gone back down towards halfway and say just win. And there's Al says to get YouTube.
He came out of the house and started trying to scrap me. I fully put him on the ground. But
yeah.
I was like, mate, you can't do that to nobody. We're the Kiwi lads. Us.
Good old Kiwi lads. Imagine if we saw Isaac at the ground. He just didn't tell us he was
sitting
going.
there like, yay.
Well, I think he was on Xbox not too long ago. There's on, hey, why do they punt the ball for no reason? Is it just to change field? As I said, Joel, so pretty much it's to do with the territory side of things. So if you're under pressure inside of your own, I guess, half/22, best thing you can do is kick that ball downfield just to relieve some of that pressure. But if you're inside of your 22, you are actually able to kick it into touch and you're allowed to kick it out on the full. Whereas if you're outside of it, it would be unable to go out on the full.
Yeah.
That one. And also, isn't Steve Hansen a Sir now?
Oh, I don't know.
Penalty to Crusaders once again now. Just inside of their own half. Brent all thought about taking the quick dab, decides against it now. And slow second half, give us a chance to get just chat about stuff. And now I'm going to do rugby podcast and analysis, but not a vlogger. And then Central Otago and there says Johnny, the Central Otago region.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'm actually allowed to say the town. Because I don't know.
Somewhere in the South Island. I would say this can run. And why did Wayne Smith join the female ABs? He's needed at the proper ABs team. And there, as I says Johnny.
His wife said we want an open relationship. Lol.
Taken nicely there by the Crusaders on the 22. Double up belly.
He runs it straight,
once again, trying to step his way through. I'm back. That's going to be a knock on.
Lubba, lubba, lubba.
Just a little knock on. How many tries have we had? We've had 4, haven't we, in this match? Yes,
my ass is sore.
Is it? And also, are these people allergic to tries? I have $3.25 on over 60 points, says Vancouver. Tell you what, it's going to be rough. 31 points so far. They're going to need to double it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dina Solomon. Is he on?
Is that him there?
Is he winger or centre?
I think that's him, isn't it?
Is it him?
I think so. Yeah, it is.
Give him the ball.
See how he goes.
Give him the ball.
And Dennis Solomoni.
So that's an interesting one because obviously what's Waisaki Naholo up to?
He's at the Crusaders.
Is he
injury cover?
Oh, because what happened with his premiership? Was he in the premiership or in France?
He was in London Irish at one point.
Yes, that's right, yes. So obviously Dennis Solomona, because everyone was like, oh, he'll be going to the Highlanders. Now he's turned up. So I think, it's interesting, isn't it?
Because Crusaders actually signed his brother, Kenny Naholo.
Yeah.
So I think that's why he also decided to go to
they're going
Crusaders.
straight to him.
Oh, Sam Gilbert's leg gets taken out. And I was trying to learn it from the US, says Joel. So, yeah, it is a fun one to watch. Do you have access to the URC? Or not the URC, sorry, the MLR. Because the Major League Rugby would be quite a cool one to watch each week, which is the American and Canadian competition. And sweet stink your mate partner.
Sweet stink your mate partner. Good work, Luke. That's really good writing there, mate.
And also, you guys are cool people. Green from Canada, bro. I appreciate you being here, mate. Cool. We have got plenty more coming. We've got another match later on tonight. The Waratahs taking on the Fijian Drew, and the game, or the chat is always entertaining whenever the game starts to get boring. And there's our 7 episodes, and also evening, guys. Welcome in, mate. You are doing well. Currently going to the front of the line out now. Cullen Grace. In fact, it was Ethan Black, and it gets worked towards the touchline. That one goes out.
Oh, wow. The cameraman's gone down. Knocked out.
Oh, no, it's all right. It wasn't a real cameraman. It was just like a camera post.
Oh.
They did have best summer spot in New Zealand, I reckon, Queenstown. Queenstown is very nice. Wanaka also a very nice region.
I prefer Wanaka to Queenstown. So does Steve.
Best,
Lucas
Smart. Going to win. Says to go YouTube. And also, will you have Katie you do a segment on the MLR? Hamish, the season is going strong. I do want to at some stage. It's just finding a time that suits. We also haven't seen her for the last little while, but I think she's been quite busy for the last couple of weeks or so.
Is it Katie?
Yeah. Crusaders and the SS Peter, and also Dave Rennie and Steve Hansen both look so dumb, but they are bloody smart. And do you guys watch UFC next week? Who's going to be? Oh, is that the one with like 3 big fights with Jan versus someone?
Holla.
Jan, he's versing. Is it Sterling? No, maybe not.
Who's this? What's this for?
UFC. Who's the big fight? It's actually Korean Zombie, isn't it?
I watched a bloody podcast with Colby Covington. He's such a loser. He's such a loser.
He puts on the persona because as a fighter originally, when he was all nice, no one paid attention to him. Now he's like a big star.
He's just like, he walked up to this podcast, the Nauk Full Sin podcast, And he has his shirt open, he's got his glasses on, he's sitting there like this. And one of them, Bob Mary, goes, "But you lost against Usman, didn't you?" He goes, "I never bloody lost. I've never lost a fight." And I was like, "What's wrong with you, mate? Like, you're not doing yourself any good."
And Alexander Volkanovski, he is the one who is fighting up against the Korean Zombie. And Jan Sterling, Volkanovski, Korean Zombie, and Kamsat versus Burns. And then also I learned the news about G-Man Gareth passing. Very sad. It is indeed. Rugby on YouTube just won't quite be the same without him. And also we have got the Being Real, ask people if they're okay. And there's even if the Tars are predicted winners, seeing how the draw will cope is all that matters to me in terms of competitiveness. And then, do you buy NFT, lads? Nah.
We will.
Will we?
We're going to start a Kiwi Lads NFT.
Really?
Yeah.
What even really is
I don't know.
NFT? It's
I
like
really
a virtual
don't know.
thing, isn't it?
That's really weird. I actually did watch a YouTube video.
Jenny Solomona takes that one nicely. 10 meters out. Sorry for interrupting you there, but that was very close.
Lol.
Now only 5 meters out here. Ma'u Aaron Smith tries to snipe around the side of the breakdown. Wrestle backwards hard. And the tackle from Scott Barrett. Now going out the back, Josh Dixon tackled here, and it is still on the side. It's Ma'u, he's been busy. The other stage, who has the ball that Highlanders do. At this stage, I'm a Paddy, the Paddy bandwagon fan. But going to be a start.
I'm still a Conor McGregor wannabe.
Still available for them here. Smith passes it short side. Ethan de Groot gets the carry. I'm about to sneeze. Now the ball has been knocked on, and the Crusaders have this one back.
Should we do a UFC live stream one day?
We could do.
I think it'd be cool. It's just hard trying to do it, isn't it? Because it's one game to organise for months, and then it's like I'm busy. You know? Yeah.
That was a decent starting little patch for Denny Solomona there, and maybe that one talk helps be good to people. There's the YouTuber. Hey George, I've asked Hamish this before, but he doesn't know. So George, do you remember a New Zealand rugby YouTuber called InGames who made rugby analysis content, but he deleted his content?
No, the only one I've ever known of is in New Zealand is 2 Cents. And then obviously G-Man, and I didn't even know Rugby Guru until you started doing your thing with him. No one ever knows BKR, and hopefully no one ever does, because he's useless.
No, he's right.
Who else did I use? Just G-Man, 2 Cents.
It's probably about it, really.
Yeah, and then since then there's been an influx of guys like you and others like the Guru and a few other guys. I watched that video YouTuber from England. I forgot his name. The guy that analyzes the games.
Oh, Squidge.
Yeah, I watch his quite a lot. He's a big one that's popped up on the scene.
And also we have got there, Hamish, did you do any vlogs with G-Man or any correspondence with him? Only a very quick chat on one of his live streams. But we were going to have him on the podcast at one point. Although that was, I think, the week that he was going to be coming on was actually the week that his mother passed away. So we decided it would be best to wait a little bit longer. And how's Denny doing? He's taken his first catch. So that's about it. And Hamish, do you still have a Fight Pass subscription? I don't at this stage, but I can easily sign back up for one. And also, we've got their 2 Cents don't do streams anymore on Squid Rugby.
Does he not? Does 2 Cents don't do streams anymore? I thought he did streams with his dad.
He does the occasional ones still.
Yeah.
Just not as many as he used to. And Squidge goes, like the clappers.
Squidge has got a sponsor and everything.
Jordan kicks it downfield. Another penalty to the Crusaders. But stop started.
You forgot that one. BKR useless.
Fair enough. As well as
Hamish fully dropped
you guys, no. You guys have a weird rivalry.
I really do not like the guy. I think he's a bloody loser.
The thing is, people won't be able to tell. The thing is, people won't be able to tell if you're joking or not.
No, I don't know if I am, guys. I do not know if I am joking. My opinions of him are not great. Hamish does not want me to tell the backstory because he doesn't like controversy, but I love controversy, guys.
63 minutes through at the moment, 17-14 here for the Crusaders, still leading.
Yeah.
At this point in time, have we had a point this half yet? No. 23 minutes and no points.
No, this has been a very boring game.
Well, the first half was good.
It's extremely warm in this room.
It is. The fire has been
everyone at home has been going for it too.
Has it?
Yeah. Bloody cold outside.
You
know?
Currently now driving the away 40 for the Crusaders, moving up now only 40 metres out for the line here. Breaking off the back, I should say, is Cody Taylor. I'm sure he's not doing too much baking other than maybe after the match, a celebratory cake. You know? That's a penalty to the Highlanders. And also we've got I've lost 8 kg since February 1st. Admittedly, I've gained like 15 kg since like 2020. I'm doing home gym and going for walks. The local mountain ranges, fitness, females galore.
Well done, Johnny. Doing an absolute brilliant job.
Johnny loves looking at the females.
Don't we all? We're just animals on this planet, you know what I mean? Hamish gets all the women.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't told me that.
Yeah, well, you don't. You had a Brazilian girlfriend.
Well, not a girlfriend, just a chatting person.
Is that what you call her? A chat buddy?
Gareth,
there's your new on Tinder. Just got a few chat buddies.
I feel like me on Tinder would have to be a video idea how you control my Tinder. You get me banned within like an hour.
That would be the goal, yes. That would be the goal.
Right, yes. To the back of the line out, taken nicely by Manakai Selby Ricker, back across to Smith now. Dennis Solomon.
You're my new chat buddy. Hello, are we?
I'm back. Scott Gregory. Taking that one very nicely. 40 out now for the Highlanders. They're starting to build Marino Makele too. Unable to find the offload to Solomon, who joins the breakdown. Keep it on the side. Sounds Brazilian. And there as well, says Richard, I see what you did there. No more deserts. No more desserts.
Going.
And we're not as lethal as I do.
Oh, well, now we go for it, don't we? Stevie Reese has got the ball.
Straight there. And now, don't be creepy.
Oh,
and there's Stevie Reese. He's running away.
Solomon has tracked him down.
He has. He thinks he scored, but he hasn't heard the whistle.
Yeah, no, they're going to be... No, don't be. Yeah, the ref's stupid, though.
No, he's all right.
I'd say he's pretty corrupt.
And also, you've got Awesome Johnny. And then who's got the ball at the moment? It is going to be the penalty here to the Highlanders, I believe it will be on the halfway line-ish.
Have you been friend zoned? Hamish doesn't get friend zoned. He does the friend zoning, right?
Do I?
Yeah.
No,
you announce that you're now friends, and then that's that.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? He ain't no Will Smith.
And boy, I'm in Australia. Making me feel like I'm home with the talk.
Watch out, there's a kangaroo. I don't know.
I think he means as in like for the New Zealand side of things. Maybe.
Okay.
Do we make you feel like you're at home, or have you said make me as in like a request?
What does your mum sound like? I'll do an impression of her. You know. Stop watching porn.
I was going to ask for an impression of my mum, but I feel like because she's sitting over in the kitchen, she might hear it. She's
going to hear it.
She just yelled out, no.
Your mum. Your mum's the nicest woman, Hamish.
Yeah, she is.
But your impression of your mum would be, Hamish, shut the... Honestly, Hamish just doesn't shut up.
Are you going to leave anytime soon?
Your dad's like, did we ask? Hamish is just standing there with the iPad. I brought this and I brought this today. I'm going to buy that tomorrow. And they're like, we don't care.
It was about 3 years ago, or 3 years ago for about 3 months, I kicked around with a Brazilian lol single days. And there's Johnny. That was David, and also Donna's a legend. She sure is. And I was like, how was your day today, George?
Yeah, my day was actually not too bad.
Sounds like you're surprised that it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
It's raining, or was raining. Wakatawa now making his way 14 metres out. Oh, Bryn Hall just copping a feel of the cheeks of Gareth.
Good work.
Evans. Apparently now still available for them. Wakatawa goes back across Hunt. Now one more out to Sam Gilbert. Pass the ball.
Pass the ball, my G.
He doesn't pass, and it annoys me. Shannon Frizzell now doesn't really get too many metres here. I think I'm smarter.
Wow.
And there says the girl YouTube. And also, I grew up in Portugal, says Luke, for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently now another advantage. That's a knock-on. It's going back for the penalty. That is now going to be going back. I think that's a double blow of the whistle. And I think I read that one. And I've even just from George on the video. I've seen with the clears with Lee Hamish and Picard himself. And he thinks there's Sammy Sosa with the winky face in there as well. Yeah. It's so good, isn't it?
Yeah, Hamish likes him, but I don't.
You say everything so bluntly. I know I can tell.
I just, he'll probably message me. How dare you? He'll message Hamish.
Probably.
If you weren't blocked on Instagram.
Well, I've got there. Say something funny. That's tricky to
Well,
do.
that you can't just straight up like Will Smith's marriage.
Oh, that's not good from Mitch Hunt. That's going to be
That's
kicked
horrible.
dead. And that means now it's going back out to where he kicked it from for the scrum feed at this point in time. That's a big man. It was, I think,
Back in love.
Reece Marshall, I think he came out and just said, don't worry about that one, mate.
Come visit Alabama. Oh, right. Video idea.
Maybe.
Go to Alabama and hang out with Joel. I think he's a great guy.
We met him today, but we trust you, Joel. We trust you enough.
What do you do in Alabama, Joe? You harvest a bit of corn?
Oh, I'll tell you what, if you have got a farm, Joel, George
you
will be there.
We will be there.
With
You got
like
corn?
a day.
You got corn? You got dairy cows, Joel? You know, you got large-scale crop farming operations going on, Joel. What's happening in Alabama? You know? Cheapest creepers. So it's a Crusaders ball, and honestly...
When was the last time I heard someone say Jeepers Creepers?
Oh, no, I don't know. Have you
Is it
seen
like
that movie?
No.
I have. It's
Jeepers
from Alabama.
Creepers. I'm trying to think if a teacher's ever said it, but I don't think so.
I had a teacher throw a pin at me once.
Did you? Did you get? Oh, you caught it, didn't you?
You know, it hit me in the face.
Was that high school?
Yeah. No, I can't remember. Yeah.
Also, milk your cows and eat your grass. And how far are Highlanders from the line currently? Unfortunately, they are still going to have to go. I mean, they've got 15 metres, but they haven't got the scrum feed. Push, hold, push. I said, Hamish, George is what you call frank or candid. Yeah. Says what's on his mind, don't you, George?
Yeah. Do we still have spammers in the chat?
Sometimes, but the moderators normally deal with them pretty quickly. And also, Crusaders' dangerous time last quarter, I should say, from Fafai. Yeah, this is when you've really got to watch out for them. We haven't had a single point in the second half.
Like they've got their backs against the wall, but they can just switch it up, and they're all of a sudden scored enough points to be like not going to come back because it's the 70th minute nearly. And once it gets to that 10 minutes left, you've really got to start hammering it down.
Slight charge down there, running onto it nicely as well. Jordan, if he makes his way through, he is still going. He's still going. Fakatawa wasn't able to drag him down. He gets him down this time, though, 45 metres out. I love that movie. This is stuff them on and also highlights. Or how's the highlights so far? Probably, if you were to watch highlights first half, better one. Do we watch?
Move the whole
disc. Oh,
it's back. It's back.
Okay, it's all right. I don't need to break things.
My asshole's sore.
Is it? Unlucky.
Oh, the Highlanders have gone stagnant. Hold them up.
Now that one's popped out the back for Fakatawa, just getting in time. Ball on the inside. Now Josh Dixon, he's got Manakai Selby Rickett with them. It's a foot race from the locks. Careful now.
Okay. See that guy jump into that tackle?
A big one. Oh, Sever Reese just might have got a neck roll. He's asking the referee for it. Someone stayed down. I think that's Josh Dixon.
Yeah, I saw that tackle. He's jumped into it.
Scott Gregory, 25 metres out now. Candid, but not tactless. Or tactless. David was very good at crosswords.
Yeah.
So he knows all the good words.
Oh, good.
Also, I'm in college, but my family owns blueberry farms and our own hunting land.
Well, Joel.
Sounds all right.
And now we're learning stuff about each other, Joel. I like you.
Do you like blueberries?
No. I like hunting land, though. We play YouTube videos over there. Paintball guns.
Now going back across, it's going to be Ma'u once again. Sever Reese in that breakdown wins the penalty for his side.
Well done.
You have to wonder if it's Sever Reese going in for the turnovers. Where are the forwards? Yeah.
Oh, they just have times where they do not want to do anything. They claim that they carry the team, but
and also the draw in there. Tell you what, if there's a 3-pointer to the Highlanders, means that we are going to Golden Point for this one. And also we've got the, hey, do you think, or who do you think will win this match? For me, I still think it will be the Crusaders, but there's still a chance that a draw could be on the cards.
Yeah.
For this one, and get something on the scoreboard. Yeah, hopefully we do get to see some form of points in the second half. We haven't really seen too much
Hubba.
this stage, but Big Ma'u making his way forward.
Far out, it's warm in this room.
It's quite hot because I think the doors closed and also the fire was going.
Wow.
We'll get some refreshments after this. As a kicker ball. No. Unfortunately, they are still 45 metres out, and that is for the line out at this stage. But it is going to be now throwing it in the number 16. Which is Shiloh Klein. No Brody McAllister for this one. Marino Makeli, too, over the top of the breakdown. Steals the ball. That's about as clean as you can get it. I think that was Gareth Evans looking for the kick.
Oh,
Scott
God.
Gregory passes it on the outside for Tulipai. Just takes the contact. He is down. They do have to release him now. And good game as well. Golden point is extra time. If it's a draw as well. Yeah. Oh, going straight through. Shannon Frizzell. Back in his space. Stepping. Trying to go straight over the top. Fine. Nuku muscles up though. Says you are not breaking through me. And I was like, come on, lad, do something. I'm shedding a boredom tear.
Shitting.
Now Fakatava goes back across. I mean, that was a great run from Shannon Frizzell, but they need to convert it into points here for the Highlanders.
Yeah.
Fakatava looking short side out to Shannon Frizzell. Once again, wrestled down by Leicester. Damn. And Highlanders come on, says Luke there. And good game, says the girl YouTube. Yeah, it's been back and forth throughout this one. Now passing it back across Scott Gregory. One more. The hands now off for Tulipai, who is straightened with this run. Round the side, Scott Gregory. Once again, having another carry. Fakatava passes it back across to Reece Marshall. Finds the offload to Hunt. Now White cut out pass off to Shannon Frizzell. He's got Denny Solomona on his outside. He doesn't quite find him. Will Jordan trying to take it. Oh, that's a neck roll, isn't it? No, not quite. But he did get the turnover. No, it's a little knock on.
Who got neck roll?
I thought Will Jordan got dropped on his head there from the side entry from
he's
Shannon
saying
Frizzell.
something about it. That's not right. Corruption, I'd say.
And also got the Go Crusaders from Vinny Ula. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And also after Landers says Hunter and come on Crusaders. And there says Luke. Oh wait, no. Mon Crusaders up the Highlanders.
Whoa.
It's
I'm telling you, I need to start a remix of my DJing skills.
See, this one coming up soon that we're going to see. Oh, it was actually side entry from Denny Solomona. I would have had that as a penalty to the Crusaders.
That's a bit
honestly.
bad. If they lose this game, we all know why.
No.
Because they were cheating. Highlanders were cheating. Silly boys.
No.
Obviously, that's the only way to beat the Crusaders because you have to cheat.
No.
Pablo's like, I know what to do. Let's tackle someone's shins. How about I neck roll them, hey? Let's get it going, lads.
He's actually quite a multiversal.
He doesn't look big in the Crusaders forward pack, does he?
But he can speak Māori.
Yeah.
Better than probably half of the other
side. I can't speak Māori. No. Kia ora. That's about it.
So we've got the ball at this stage. It is going to be a scrum feed for the Highlanders here. Why they know is Super Rugby rigged viewers. I don't know. We always get it for the IPL, for the BBL. All
what's that people think is rigged?
Yeah.
I should be on there more often. I'll just encourage it. That's corrupt.
And these things are cancelling each other out. Yeah, they're doing very nicely. And it seems like both sides, anytime they get a little bit.
Yeah. That's my cum. All right.
No, I was more trying to move you over.
Love George, says Barry. Thanks, Barry. It's because it's hot, mate. All right.
No, not
Hey guys, how are you?
Hello, everyone.
Go away.
Currently 10 or less than 10 minutes, in fact, left in this one. The Highlanders have still got to push last chance. Last chance, come on. And who's the name of the Japanese player? Play for her.
Oh, the little
Kazuki
halfback. He went on to make like $3 million in a season for 12.
Wait, you're talking the young halfback or Kazuki Himeno and the loose forward trio?
No. He was the little halfback, and he went on to make like $3 million a season for Toulon. You know?
Yeah. The screen's gone black.
Yeah, Hamish's whole house is just falling apart. We're not going to be able to see what finishes here, guys.
We're good. No, we're all good. It's just about to load. There we go. Richie Morgan's got the ball, so they've actually turned that over the Crusaders. Kicks it downfield into touch.
Wow, 74th minute.
So who's got the ball now? It is going to be the...
Are you guys boyfriends? I'm a boy, he's a boy, and we are friends. We are boyfriends.
I say, yeah, they're lovers, and this is Jacob.
Never seen you before, Jacob. Don't know if I want to take that comment as legit or what. I don't know. Jacob's just turned up and he's just said we're lovers.
Yeah. Oh, well. So who's got the ball? It doesn't line out
Oh, wow. False accusations.
Oh, in fact, it's Crusaders line out, on the halfway line. Wow. Taken nicely by the replacement, number 19, Zach Gallagher on debut for this one. And also, who's got the ball now? It is the Crusaders. And also, Japanese player I remember in Super Rugby was Tanaka Shotahori and Himeno, the most recent one. And there as well, now kicking it high. Waiting for this ball, not taken cleanly by David Arvilli. It looks like both guys staying down for a little bit.
Claim they can defend, so let's see how this goes. I'll get it to Solomona if I'm 100%.
That looks like that's going out on the full.
Yeah.
That's not a good kick from Sam Gilbert.
No.
The one time that he decides, right, the only way I can get away with not passing this is if I kick it down the field. And also, look, Guru, Ayub is pissed off forcefully. And there's
Did you just execute Guru?
He might have a little bit. Did you time him out, or was it worse? I think Coach Scott is fuming.
That's like
I try less in second half.
Sebastian, he just left. I don't know. He just left.
Okay, who's got the ball now? That one. I know he's mimicking the other ones.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay, but 63% for the Highlanders. They have not got the line out throw though. Here it is going to be Shiloh Klein. Thank you, Shalom Crusaders.
Shalom.
And here.
I just know that from that TV show.
The one with the fella from the In-Betweeners.
He's got the, Shalom, Jackie.
What's that one called?
I can't remember. Home and Away.
No, not.
He gives up his German Shepherd dog, and he's got.
I get his dog name.
Shortland Street.
Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson.
Oh, fucking Dava going through. And now he's got a bit of space looking for a gallop. Uh-oh. He's been hit by Pablo Matera.
Been executed live on TV.
He went for it. And it's a knock on.
It's like he's dead. He's dead.
And also we have got there, I timed him out in this situation there. A nice man, no points in the second half. I mean, the only good thing about that, Vancouver, if we look at the tiny wee positives, in that at least they didn't get like 59 points and you didn't win. At least it's like they're well and truly off it. If that doesn't make you feel any better, I would think. But at least it's not like one try away. And also no second half points. Not at all.
Tava's gone and gotten that. No.
Pablo Matera, big hit.
That guy's pissed.
Majestic mullet moving.
Yeah. He's like, I love woman.
One word to describe the second half game.
Boring. Boring. Pablo looks like he's ready to kill.
He's an angry man, Pablo Matera.
God, I really hope he doesn't try because it always goes wrong.
Even the group's down already. He's only just made his way out of the field.
I can't do it. He's like, this is too hard.
Yeah.
We didn't sign up for this shit. All right.
I'm still trying to think of what that show's called.
Oh, it's
Family Dinner? No.
Might be something like that because they are always having a dinner. It's when they come over for dinner is when the things happen. It might be family dinner.
Family.
Can you not Google searching on there?
I mean, I could actually, yeah. And who's got the ball? It is going to be the scrum feed now
to the Crusaders.
For the Crusaders.
So they've got to hold on to the ball.
Wilson.
Oh, he's got his Pornhub tab open again. What's that?
Dog.
BB, Black BB.
Wilson the dog. Jim's beloved dog. Oh, Friday night dinner.
Yeah, Friday night dinner. Wilson.
What does the dad say?
He's just normal. He sees that one line where he like whacks his toe on the side of the wall and he's like, oh, shit and shit. Oh.
Popular.
Yeah.
Spaghetti round two.
I throw it at the wall this time.
Oh, they're going upstairs.
Shane McDermott, isn't he an Australian rugby union player?
Tate McDermott.
Oh, his brother.
Ben McDermott, also Australian cricketer, got 100 yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
So what are they going back for here? Oh, the tackle. Oh, the bloody tackle.
Oh, that's a card.
Oh, who is that?
Unfortunately, that's Shiloh Klein.
Oh, I thought it was Pablo for a bit there. I was like, yeah, that would be right.
He didn't look to wrap. That's going to be a yellow card. Who's got the best haircut, Hamish or George? George.
This is not Hamish.
And close game says Maxie. It sure is, mate.
I don't know. One day you guys are going to wake up and you're going to say, who is this guy? It's still Hamish, but he got a haircut.
Oh, for my haircut.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think they know who Maxie is.
You're going to have to do it one day, Hamish. I don't know what you're scared of, but I'll do it for you.
Oh, that's what I'm scared of.
Well, no, you do it without me. That's a red card nearly, isn't it?
And it was a decent gamble, mate. No one expected the action to slow down like that. And there's also Pablo going back to Argentina after Super Rugby. I believe he will be getting ready for the Quad Nations or the Rugby Championship, I guess I should say there.
Quad Nations, who's there?
Chips in the fryer, not quite. After the next one, though, they will be. I had the chips after the one.
He has an air fryer and he gets going.
I do. I need an air fryer like sponsor or a chip sponsor.
You need an air fryer that just goes instantly chips out, chips in.
Just put the chip fryer over there,
Yeah.
should I? Just have a pan with a steak in it as well, just rotate it every once in a while. Foul play, never attempted to wrap his arms.
Red card. I'll give the Crusaders a challenge. Or else they
It's a
might win
red.
again. I thought it would be a red.
We asked the question, will there be a yellow card, wasn't it? That's going to be the red.
No, I said it would be a red.
Did you?
Yeah, I saw
So
the
what?
shoulder hit them in the face.
Oh, no,
that would be a red.
Isn't it at the start of the game? How will there be a card?
Oh.
Does that mean
Sheilo Clean, never heard of the guy.
Shiloh Klein?
Yeah.
He's going to be missing for a little while, perhaps. Of course, there will be a red card in there, and hard luck. All done, Crusaders there, and Lowell, you do it without me. And this is to go YouTube and also get that can tab out of here. Let's go, Landers.
Ooh, what, me? You talking about me?
No, the guy on the field. And Pablo is probably disappointed in the compared to the guys that grace the streets of Argentina. And since when was the rugby championship called the Quad Nations? A little while ago.
Yeah, he's not with the times, guys. He's so far behind.
I was actually in a time machine for a long time.
Yeah.
And in future, in about 2087, it is called the Quad Nations.
No,
it won't be done by then. South Africa would have joined the Six Nations.
I would have thought that in the future it would be called the Pacific Cup or something.
Oh, write that down. Although I think that's already a competition in the sevens, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
But it's got a ring to it.
Yeah.
You know, who's got the ball? It's going to be now the Highlanders.
I mean, like a cup.
Got that one now.
The Pacific Islanders, New Zealand, Australia would be not bad, but there'd be some pretty good rugby in that competition.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, Ethan DeGroot actually back off the field with Daniel Leonard Brown. That's
wow.
not good.
So do we think the Highlanders are going to score here?
Yeah. Nah.
Crusaders don't deserve to win when they go out and they do stupid things like that.
Oh, Fakatala lined up. Wow, he's done well on the ground.
Done that.
Is he? I was going to say, you're not allowed to do that. He's on the ground playing the ball on the ground.
I told you the Crusaders were going to win.
Okay, settle down. Still time, 83. And there's this reply. Is it 81 minutes? No, they're lying. It's currently 78 through this game. And does Pablo push the players off their limits?
That was a long time ago. That was like way back, though. You got to remember, he was really young when he did that. He wasn't even an international rugby player yet, was he?
He was hardly even a player.
Yeah. No, that's yeah.
It's frozen.
That's why
does Pablo push the scrum because he pushes me inspiration and our most valued member of P Hub.
What's that?
The most valued member of Born
I'll get going on the P Hub. Hamish does too.
Do I?
Yeah. Hamish keeps going. He watches, he's got the tab up while he's doing the stream.
I mean, I would say that my equivalent to that is rugby. Like, I always have like a rugby tab open.
So you get going to rugby?
No.
My equivalent to Pornhub is rugby.
Yeah, well, like, in terms of you're always on that.
15-man team of dudes. So
yeah. You're always on that. I'm always on rugby. You know?
So
we're just doing
the same reasons?
No,
I wouldn't think so.
We both analyse it, though.
I love the plot, you know? The plot is what gets.
Who's got the ball? It's going to
so
be now.
Funny watch. Like sometimes you watch them just for the plot. You know what I mean? Like the guy turns up, he's going to fix something. She's like, "Oh my god!" He's like,
yeah. So, Hamish, your video live stream quality is degrading. Please check. Yeah, pretty much. It is a bit rough because the Wi-Fi sucks today, unfortunately. Yeah. So it's going to be about 50-50 at times, I would say overall. But hopefully it does last around. But now Pablo Matera trying to spin around. Downloading 600
videos at a time. You get going on them.
So I had to get the new hard drive.
Yeah. I had to go to Timaru to get him there.
Yeah.
I told that guy, no, leave me. It's for porn. And he was like, I need your phone number.
Because I want to meet up and watch some of it. Now it's 15 metres out. Crusaders just building it up. When he wasn't at all, or whatever people say, I can't get behind him. And there says Mike. Oh, that one as well. But yeah, anytime someone does that, it's very bad overall. And it's like, people say stupid stuff, don't they?
I say stupid stuff.
You do say stupid stuff.
Yeah.
You would get us cancelled easily overall.
But I'm funny, so it's fine.
What was the score between Fijiana Dry versus Waratahs Super Rugby women's match? Please, bro. I will get it up for you.
I don't care.
The save currently now 80 minutes through.
Where's he going?
Richie Moanga, he's running away. Kicks it into touch. And that is going to be the end of the game. The
Crusaders
Crusaders
have won another
they
Super
hang
Rugby game.
on.
No, they win another Super Rugby game.
Hang on.
They win another Super Rugby game.
No tries
Scott's
in
that's
the
good.
first, or sorry, in the second half, and that one. No points in the second half, none at all. He could have deleted it if he thought about a professional player. And also the Crusaders hold on for a win. They do indeed. Just close game.
Yeah.
First half, such a fast-paced start, and then second half, just everyone just became extremely close, didn't they? Right, the Women's Super Rugby, I'll just get that up for you, Mark. At this stage, Super W. Who got the Super W today? It was Fijian Drill women's side beating the Waratahs women 29-10. And also pointless second half Crusaders and Landers, you absolute dogs.
Right.
And there's our
Do I do my plug now?
I mean, you could do your plug if you like. Do you want me to get your link first?
I don't know, are you able to?
Yeah.
So I wanted to announce, me and Hamish have got a video coming up on the now newly pronounced channel Kiwi Lads Extras. So if any of you guys are subscribers to the Kiwi Lads gaming channel, it's now renamed the Kiwi Lads Extras. See? Kiwi Lads Extras.
You didn't put a capital, did you?
No, I didn't. That was me that did that, by the way. So we're uploading a video now. Not now, but at some stage when I get the thumbnail done of me and Hamish drinking fully carbonated water. And Hamish doesn't do it, but we're going to have some videos going up on that channel of us putting milk in the soda stream, as well as a video going up of us having smoothies made out of Marmite, milk, jam, and some biscuits.
Biscuits will make it nice.
We might put a whole heap of things in there, but we're going to do some videos on there. So if you like the sound of that, go please like and subscribe right now. You know?
And extras.
Yeah. That's how we roll.
And so Fijiana Draw beat the Tars in Super W. Very good. So Sammy Sizer, they did indeed. But the next game that is taking place tonight for Super Rugby, it is going to be the Fijian Draw. They'll be taking on the Waratahs.
Yes.
The return of Michael Hooper.
Yeah.
Going to be interesting to see how he goes.
He's a
in that
lad.
one. Will you be joining me for that one?
I will have to see. There's still spaghetti at home.
Is there?
Yeah.
You got to make sure you get that down.
Yeah.
And also we have got, but not to your first reference. That's not, as a yeah. I don't think I read that out. And can you milk a bull?
No.
No.
We can try it. Video idea.
Video idea. I'll get kicked.
I'm just getting kicked. That would be so funny.
4 tries throughout this match.
Funny.
Fletcher, Null, Falau Whainga'a, then Makalo and Gregory. They were actually the 4 tries all scored in the first half. Then after that, nothing. It's about the best way of describing it. And Blues will kick Crusaders' ass if they play like that, says TikTok there, and bet it down. And then Dan really thought Highlanders could do it. Good game, says Rugby Itch there. Yeah, close game in that second half. Just no one quite able to get the points. I know there was a missed kick from Mitch Hunt in that second half, which did cost them a little bit. In terms of it could have been a draw, but yeah, didn't quite work out for them. And interesting if the draw men can win 2 like their women over the same time. So Sammy So saying, it's going to be a good game because Fiji and Draw coming in as the underdogs for that fixture.
Yeah.
But you never know what will happen. Well done, Crusaders. Fair FTers is on there, says Luke, for that one. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, be sure to check out that channel that George was mentioning.
Kiwi Lads
as well.
Extras.
And too late, damn, says Gareth. Although, good news is we still got another rugby live stream. That's going to be the matchup taking place between the Fijian Draw and the Waratahs. That will be at 9:30 or so that we will be starting that. Richie Moonga, the man, and very nice stream. Cheers for joining us, George. Take care, my guy.
No problem. I like yours. You're good. I'm going to go watch some porn.
I was going to say that's such a beautiful moment, but then it escalated very quickly. Fijian Draw can do better this time, and ladies are doing better than the boys. And then we'll say the thumbs up from Trucking Down Under. Cheers, Hamish and George. And I'll be there, says the girl YouTube. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in, and we will see you all